Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Gauranga, Nityananda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, good morning. All right. I hope the it's working okay. Let me know if it's working okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, I think my eye is twitching in my left part of my body. It must be imminent, the meeting. Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hey, that was too short. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Radha. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Yes. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Woo! Krishna, oh boy. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, oh my Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama. Oh my Lord. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Oh, brother. Oh, my Lord. This must be against the law to get so intoxicated. There must be a law against this, Karuna, somewhere. Look on the books, scour the books, find the law against this intoxication. It's getting out of hand, out of control. Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. I'm sorry, I think we got to stop showing this. This is too intimate. It's like kissing God. I think this is not to be seen. I think we should close the door. Kissing God? Oh my God. Can you imagine kissing God? I mean, I swear to God, it's like that, man. So maybe we should close the door, huh? What do you think? Let's take a vote. How many people raise their hand if we should close the door and not show? No shows. Nobody's raising their hands. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. What?
We need to show. The world is waiting for us.
They're coming, aren't they? One by one.
There is someone new.
I know, I heard. You said, yeah. They're coming, those whose hearts are looking for this, So we show for them. And everybody, actually. Everybody will get it. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lord, man. What a great service to enjoy our way back to Godhead. His enjoyment is our enjoyment. Oh, yeah. Woo. Thank you for the ability to enjoy what you're enjoying. What a great idea. Vrindavan. That's Vrindavan. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. I think we got a great product here. We've been developing this product for a long time. It's getting very good, man. Very attractive. Woo! Yeah! Starting to see why the Lord came here to this world, man. He came here to enjoy and teach us how to enjoy. How to enjoy what he enjoys at the same time. That's pretty intimate. You can enjoy what God enjoys at the same time. It's time for some Russian influence. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey! All the group is here. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Good morning, Shamaguri. Good morning, Bhaktitan. Good morning, Amy. Good morning, Johan. Oh, yes, Arandadasi, welcome. Thank you for coming and appreciating our humble attempts at serving Srila Prabhupada's mission to bestow the fruit of love of God. He's doing backflips in Vrindavan saying, yeah! Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Jananda Gauranga, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga, Nityananda Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Gauranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. Hare, oh my Lord. Oh, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ooh. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Little traditional Indian style. You ready for that? I like this too sometimes. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Sri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. That's the right one. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. That's too wild. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna. Oh, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna. All right. Let's hear a little Bhagavatam. I don't know, I'm just in the mood. I don't know why, but follow your bliss, as they say.
Thanks for using.
Okay. Wow, man. This is, how can this get so good? It's amazing. What a wonderful path. Yeah. And to see, people appreciating it, it's like doubles the pleasure. It's so great, man. Yeah, it really gets more and more clear that this is real deal. This is not joking around. This is reality. Janaki. Okay, Amy, where are you? You promised to come. What happened? I heard you say, I'm going to come. So let's see you. Let's see you come. Let's get everybody here. I mean, this is all we got, man. Don't you like to meet people? Everybody? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I just wanted to talk a little bit about also, this is very purifying what's going on here. You really literally burn up the false ego, false identification. And one of the last snares is the desire to be acknowledged, and to be gotten. And that's great. It's like you're almost through when you're at that point. Some people are not have to deal with that, but a lot of people do, because this bhakti, they have some weeds, there, and they get burned in the fire. And, believe it or not, people help you. Those who don't acknowledge you and they kind of are against you and all that stuff, you think, oh, it's a bad thing. No. You got to know Krishna's mind. It's a good thing. Maya is now being used to purify you. Maya is being used now to bring you to where you get purely into relishing, glorifying God without any expectation, without wanting to be acknowledged. It doesn't matter. I mean, I gave classes for 20 years before anybody really took these things seriously. I mean, some people did for a while, like they come and go. But that was part of it. It's like, why won't anybody listen? You have to go through it. Everybody does. And to the point where it's just pure, it's just the pure glories. It's just like, yeah, it's just so wonderful to speak the truth, whether people accept it or not. And it's great when they do. But still the Lord puts us, and Maya, the illusion, tests us and purifies us. She's the helper now for the devotee, to get everything really right. Yeah. Then automatically people will come. See, and then there's no danger for you, because if they come too much, like if people start acknowledging, oh, you're so great and all this stuff, there's a weed there that gets watered. And the Lord doesn't want that. So he withholds stuff first. He withholds people appreciating you until you really purely get into this. And so it's amazing how he helps in all ways. With he's in control of everything. He's in control of the illusory energy as well as the pure devotional potency. Okay? So everyone, if you have this stuff dealing with it, and you wonder why, it's not a bad thing. It's a wonderful thing, and you're on track. So just want to let you all know that. Okay, let's see here. I was trying to get that Govinda Lilamrita too. I couldn't find it there. They took it off. If you have a link, or Balaram can find me the link and send it to me if you can find it. I like to read that book sometime out here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Okay, the great sage Narada Muni said, demons headed by... Oh, this I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, so this is Prahlad Maharaj, saintly son of Hiranyakashipu, chapter 5 of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7. So, the great sage Narada Muni said, the demons headed by Hiranyakashipu accepted Sukracharya as their priest for ritualistic ceremonies. Sukracharya's two sons, Sandam and Anmarka, lived near Hiranyakashipu's palace. Isn't it amazing how the Lord uses, the demon, this is all part of the Lord's Leela. Even now, what's going on? People, they think, they don't know, they don't see its connection. Everything in the world is part of the Lord's Leela. You could see it from the book Bhagavat. See, now we get to have the living Bhagavat. We're living at a time very similar to when Kamsa was here, and it's like the evil comes right out and takes control. And the same then when Hiranyakashipu was here, the evil came right up and takes control, but it's all connected to the Lord's pastimes. You notice in each case, it's the same thing now. This is all connected to the Lord's pastimes. That's why even in the Bible it's been predicted. Everything is under the Lord's full control. Matter of fact, here, I'll read this verse. I love this. This is so great. This Bhagavatam is amazing, man. The highest truth. Questions by the sages. Okay, this is chapter 1 of the beginning of the Bhagavatam. Text 1. O my Lord, Sri Krishna, the son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead. O all-pervading personality of Godhead. I think he's got an interesting thought there. O all-pervading personality of Godhead. Oops, where are we? That's an interesting statement in itself. O all-pervading personality of Godhead. Oh, what happened here? Oops, that's not going to work. Yeah. You know how people think of the oneness of God? It's all one. They think it's all one and everything. Yeah, it is. This all-pervading personality of Godhead. It's all one, but they don't know the face behind it. See, the supreme personality of Godhead has a face. He's a person. He has personality. He has qualities. See, they don't know that. They just see this, oh, yeah, it's all one. Yeah, that's that all-pervading personality. Got it. You don't know. He's got a face. He's got these qualities. You can kiss him by chanting. Why kiss God? No, I'm just one with him. Maybe I'm God or some speculation or something. No. We're here to kiss the Lord. That's it, man. It's a kissing thing. I'm sorry. The Lord actually we could. Oh, I'm gonna be jumping around today. I'm just a little excited. I'm probably gonna have to breathe a little bit here and there. Let's see if I can find this. The Lips of Sri Krishna. I'm gonna read that for Lalita's pleasure. Actually, she likes stuff like this. Lalita Ganga likes this stuff, so we'll say it in this way. Yeah, Anshu Khan, the very last. Let's see about the lips of the Lord Chaitanya. Yes, this is it. Lord Chaitanya tastes nectar from the lips of Lord Krishna. You want to hear about that one, Lalita? You like that kind of stuff? Okay. All right, let's check it out, man. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Now, this is pretty intimate stuff. This is usually a no-show stuff. Okay, let me offer my respectful obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who personally tasted the nectar of ecstatic love for Krishna and then instructed his devotees how to taste it. Oh boy, is that a secret? It's a very tricky way to put that. Then instructed, no, it's simultaneous. He tasted the nectar. See, let's read that again. He who personally tasted the nectar of ecstatic love for Krishna. See, it's like Lalita Ganga said this morning. It's all in the word. The word, that's how you taste. That's the Lord, man. You got to kiss the Lord with your lips, man. Smack your lips, man, by lip smacking good. These verses, see, this is the lips have to connect with Krishna. Like those. You ever see those fish? They go, they go with their lips like that. Krishna's name is like that. It's the devotees. They chanting the name. This is the thing. Taste nectar of ecstatic love from these verses. The Lord was always quoting these verses, or he would listen to devotees saying these names, or he'd be chanting them himself. All the various ways of mellows. And in this way, he instructed his devotees. This is why you can't be a no-show. If you're going to teach ecstatic love of God in the mellows, you got to be a show. Otherwise, if the show is not there, there is no show of ecstatic love, and there's no teaching of it. How is anybody going to know about ecstatic love unless you see a person kissing God by tasting these verses to the point of ecstatic devotion? There's the teaching right there. You look, you see, and then you hear it glorified. That's Krishna consciousness. That's how you become Krishna conscious. Otherwise, you're not Krishna conscious if you're always getting these no-show gurus. I'm sorry, it's too intimate to show. Therefore, then the show of ecstatic love will never be manifest in your life until it is a show. Until a Lord Chaitanya comes or his representative. Might as well wait for a representative because, you're going to have to wait 4,320,000,000 years before Lord Chaitanya comes again to kiss the Lord. So you could see it and also learn to kiss the Lord in ecstasy, in bliss, in mellows and all that stuff. So, hey, man. The gift is here. Anybody interested? Is this getting attractive yet? Yes, it is. See, people are coming one by one. Yeah, this is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for the pot of gold. I've been looking for the gold at the end of the rainbow. This is even better. Remember that story? The gold at the end of the rainbow. Hey, man. Let's hear some more about this kissing business. He enlightened them about ecstatic love of Krishna to initiate them in transcendental knowledge. Oh boy, isn't that now that is poetry, man. You can't get any better poetry than that. He must have been empowered. No wonder the flower garland came from Krishna and the order from the Vaishnava to be able to write such perfect poetry, wonderful poetry, so truthful. Oh my God. Look at this. Let's check that out again. Yes. Thus he enlightened them about ecstatic love of Krishna. Enlightened. The lights turned on. Yeah, Vaishnavas go so many years. They go forward sometimes 10, 20, 30, 40 years, and the lights are off still. No light, no enlightenment of ecstatic love. The lights have to be turned on. You have to see a devotee in their relationship. That's the bona fide guru, my friends. They turn the lights on. Enlighten. Beautiful word. Enlighten them about ecstatic love of Krishna. See? Ask Johan, man, he was waiting for the lights. He was reading and studying. Janaki also reading, studying the Bhagavatam 4 or 5 times, and then Chaitanya Leela waiting for the lights to be turned on. See, then you finally get it. The tasting. I have to see the devotee tasting this and say, yes, I want some of this too. And then it comes because that's what you want. The light, you see the lights turned on in a devotee and it turns you on. It's like, yeah, man, I'm motivated. I'm a Raganuga. I want this too. Like Krishna wanted Radharani, I want that love she's got. Hey, if Krishna wants that love, why wouldn't anybody in this world want it? It's because the lights have to be turned on first at the appropriate time. Sometimes you got to wait. Like Amy was telling me yesterday. Well, I hope it's okay to say because your example there. She says, I was, getting this and getting that, getting some glimpses here and there and all that. And then I just started to look at the world, looked like really empty and meaningless. And I was wondering, where's the meaning? See, and that's when Krishna says, okay, good timing. That's the time. Yeah. Then he appears, and then you say, you are the meaning I was looking for. Everything means something by your presence in my life. See, you turn the lights on. Now I see why the world is here. Otherwise, nobody knows. She was looking, I was looking, everybody, they're looking, what does the world mean? And people say, well, let me tell you what the world means. And you go that path for a while, you find it ends up nowhere. In a blind alley, right? Oh, yes, I'm a Ritvik. Yeah, I'll tell you what this means, Krishna. You go, and you still don't find it. And no, I'm a living guru with no bhakti, man. No, I'm a no-shower. And you go, and you still, where is it? Hey, that's when you come here. We turn the lights on, right? Turn the lights on, man. And then you see this verse. You become this, yes, a recipient of the mercy of the verse like this. Enlightened me into the ecstatic love so that I can understand transcendental knowledge. Oh, yeah, now I understand the word. You got to kiss God to understand the word. You got to love God to understand the word. To understand Bhagavad Gita even, you got to have the loving ecstasy to understand those words. Even the Bible, for God's sake, for Christ's sake, for Krishna's sake. It is too. He says, I want my son and daughter and friend to understand me. Yeah. It was all about. See, without ecstatic love, you will not be initiated into transcendental knowledge. You notice that's what we do here. They initiated into transcendental love, following the process as it was 550 years ago. This is the postgraduate course. And then what happens? You're initiated in ecstatic love, and all of a sudden, boy, man, I love these words. Because you're kissing the Lord with your lips, chanting these verses or hearing, Isn't that true love when you're kissing God? You want any other partner there, Janaki? No, you just want to kiss God and just that's it, man. Our comedian Karuna. Hey, what do you expect? We got ladies here. Most are ladies. We got some cowherd boys here, but most are ladies. So isn't that a beautiful verse? Thus he enlightened them about ecstatic love of Krishna to initiate them in transcendental knowledge. That's why these scholars, you're going down. Hey, man, are you ready for the lights to be turned on? I'm sorry, man. You can study those books. You can memorize those verses. You can get your PhDs, but you got to be initiated in ecstatic devotion so that you can understand those books truly. Otherwise, you're going to be speculating and impressing people up here and expanding their intellect, but the heart stays dormant and dry. You notice that? In Krishna consciousness, they need initiation into ecstatic devotion so they can understand transcendental knowledge. Where is that quote there? Karuna, tell us. What verse in Bhagavad Gita? To those who worship Krishna with ecstatic love, I give them the real knowledge in the word for word. See? The loving ecstasy, worship in loving ecstasy. And ecstasy is really ecstasy. It means what the word is. Ecstasy means tears. Ecstasy means holy laughter. Ecstasy means trembling. Ecstasy means you feel a up and down your spine. Otherwise, this thing, I'm ecstatic, Prabhu, without those symptoms means you're not really ecstatic. You're just in here. You're an intellectual ecstatic in your mind. You don't know what ecstasy is. Ecstasy is spontaneous devotional service. Ecstasy is what you read in the book and what you see here. Isn't that funny, man? This is the living book here. Living information. It's alive, man, not just in the book. Let me read the book. Blah, 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 blah. No, you see it here, man. You hear that kind of thing glorified. Completion. See? The whole name is here. The name, the absolute truth, and the pleasure of ecstatic devotion. Ooh, does that bake a good cake? It's not just a cake without icing on it. You ever eat one of those dry cakes? No fun.
Maharaj, sorry for disturbing you, but Tom wants to come on.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. All right, there you go. We got him. Okay. So all glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all glories to Lord Nityananda. Got somebody else there? Let's see here. Who else wants to come on? M again. Okay. All glories to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all glories to Lord Nityananda. Why do you say all glories to these guys? What is there? Why should I say all glories to Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda? Simply because they have ecstatic devotion, therefore they have real transcendental knowledge. If they don't have ecstatic devotion, no all glory. I ain't all glory to you guys because you don't have real transcendental knowledge. Didn't you see the previous verse? So I ain't gonna, any of you gurus out there, I'll just tell you frankly, no ecstatic love, no transcendental knowledge, so why all glories to you? Is that offensive, or is that just truthful as it is? But if you got ecstatic love and tears are pouring and holy laughter is coming, you got real transcendental knowledge, I'll say all glories to you. So let's see. You got a pair of deuces, or you got a straight flush? You got a straight flush if you got ecstatic love and transcendental knowledge. Man, you won the game. You win the pot. All that's in the pot. If not, we win the pot, man. We get all the disciples. They're all the, that's your money. That's your wealth of your followers, man. Okay? We're putting all the money in there, man. So that's all your wealth, right? All your buildings, all your money, all that stuff. So, well, you keep the buildings. There's too many problems to run those things, and your monies and all that. We'll take the followers and teach them right, man. We'll teach them what is transcendental knowledge and what is ecstatic love and its import and how valuable it is, how important it is, so you can perfect your life, not in many lifetimes, in this life. Forget this many lifetime thing. All your disciples are in that pot. We're saying, okay, show your hand. You got a pair of deuces, or you got a straight flush like us. I want to see everybody in the Krishna consciousness movement with ecstatic devotion and real transcendental knowledge, and not going around with just a big stick. Beating them with rules and regulations their whole career without the taste of ecstatic love. You got the big stick. Here's a rule for you. Here's another rule for you. Here's a rule for you. Come into the association of ecstatic devotees. Get purified. Go through it, man. Get expunged of all those all that desire for name and fame and everything. That's why, this is tough, man. That's why a lot of people, they want to check out because of the world. Hey, man, you come here and you get, Krishna won't let you get a big name and fame because you got extra. You think you should be acknowledged. Yeah, just go through it. Go through it, man. Get it. Burn that off too. Then you'll get all kinds of followers because you know what is real. Krishna is very careful. He doesn't want you to water bullshit, man. He doesn't want you to water name and fame and everything. It's donkey urine to be acknowledged and all that stuff. So he helps you with his Maya. It's under his control. All of it.
Big false ego. Yeah. let them keep the temples. You will make the disciples happy.
Yeah, we will make. If you want, you can come first. Then you'll get the glory. You don't come first. You come afterwards and get the glory. It doesn't matter. Whenever you get it, you get it. But we're still going to preach what we preach. It's fun. It's nice to glorify absolute truth. All right, here she is. I've been waiting for this gal. There she is. Amy, this lady has a heart of gold, I'm going to look at her a little bit since she got on here. Let's check her out there. Let's see if we can get her talking. Hi, Amy.
Hello.
Do you like our program here?
I love it. It's a great.
Yeah, tell us what you like about it.
Oh gosh, everything. Just how wonderful it makes me feel being a part of this, talking about things that I want to talk about, God, learning all this new stuff that I didn't know, but really embracing all of it and trying to cram as much information as I can lately, just to, I guess, kind of catch up maybe. But yeah, I'm just so happy to be here.
Oh yeah. Well, that's nice. That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. Did you know about Krishna before this?
Oops. Yeah, I studied religions in college, so I knew about Hinduism and the basic idea of it, but no, I didn't really understand this concept like fully. So that part is new, but I didn't know about Krishna. I mean, my brother taught me the Hare Krishna mantra back in 2012, so I did know that, but it was just not really all put together for me.
Oh, so your brother is into Krishna?
No, he was living in California in like a hippie type community in Topanga Canyon, and I guess he just kind of learned it from the people he was with, like living with and around, but he wasn't a part of it. So
Ah,
they were into spirituality and all kinds of stuff. Not maybe that specifically, but I'm sure that was part of it too. Like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that I think I know the group. Well, I don't know the group, but I know of the group. Yeah, they're into the chanting and a lot of different spirituality things. But this is really focused because this is parampara system. So you got the chanting, and then you got the knowledge that comes through it. And you get it from Satguru, and then it really it's powerful. A lot of those persons eventually will understand. The connection with the parampara system, and then go really deep into, a lot of people are chanting the name, but they don't know that name relates to a person, a transcendental personality that you can get to know, really deeply and all that. So anyway, it's they're on track there. Okay, great. Thank you, Amy, for coming on. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a nice talk with Amy yesterday. It was wonderful. It's really heart to heart. Yeah. Okay, a little bit more. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus stayed in Jagannath Puri in the association of his devotees, always merged in ecstatic devotional love. Always remember this, everybody. This is the path. The devotee is the path. The Lord is the path. Here the Lord is not going to come for 400 was it? I forgot. Anyway, that 4,320,000,000 years. Like personally, like that in his actual transcendental form. But he's here also. He's in Sadhu Sangha. He comes here internally, just like he did with the gopis when he left Vrindavan. He was there, and actually he was there even stronger when he left. They felt a more heightened ecstasy. Yeah. So we're not bereft of his association, but he's here. He stays merged in ecstatic love. How do you know? Because here we stay merged. Sadhu Sangha is so important. Don't ever forget that. Because the Lord follows this. He comes here. That's why when people leave, it's like leaving the association of the Lord when you leave the association of devotees. I mean, it's not, Vaidhi Bhaktas can't draw the Lord this close. This is a very rare place. The Lord is drawn so close you can feel him like he was here 550 years ago with the tears and the laughter and everything. That's going on here. That means the Lord's here. Otherwise, if the Lord is not here, there won't be these symptoms of closeness. People don't know this transcendental Lord. We're here to show and to teach this information that people direly need. They need to know, where is the Lord in this world? Where is he? Well, wherever his devotees are. That's his real close, intimate devotees are. Do you want that? Do you want that closeness? Do you want to, basically, you want to be a nun? That's basically what we are. Nuns means none of the world and all of God. See, none means none of that, man. I don't none. You get to the point, no, I don't want the bullshit, man. I don't want the lies. I don't want the, hypocrisies. None of that. That's being a nun. None, no. But yes to God. What else can we unearth here? Yeah, all glories to Advaita Acharya and Nityananda. See, all glories to the Lord and his devotees, man. But you see, these devotees were what? Ecstatic devotees. All glories. Will you ever see Krishna Das say, all glories to all these gurus or teachers in the world that had no ecstatic devotion? No. Why are people following in the footsteps of others who don't follow the real path? Don't we follow the real path? All glories to Advaita Charya. All glories to living devotees. All glories to Lalita Ganga and her chanting. She's an ecstatic devotee, yeah? See? All glories to all ecstatic devotees. All glories to those who appreciate ecstatic devotees, because you're going to be ecstatic because you appreciate. You found the real path. There ain't nothing more real than that in this world. Everything is illusion. Devotion to God is the only real thing. It reveals the truth about it, turns the lights on, and you can see, oh man, this world is his. Blessed are the pure in heart. Blessed are the meek. They shall inherit the earth. See, the real humble, the ones who really have this relationship, they inherit the earth. See? What's the earth's inheritance? That's you guys, man. You're all part of the earth. This is the inheritance, man. Inherit the earth. Man. You all been earthly, right? You've been thinking about the earth. You didn't know what life was about, right? Well, blessed are the meek and humble. Blessed are those who get paddled, and why don't they acknowledge me and and all this? I'm an ecstatic devotee. You go through all of that, you'll inherit the earth, because then you'll get really humble. You realize, oh yeah, it's all about you, Lord. Let me just taste your glories. That's all, everything is icing on the cake over there. You want me to get some disciples, get them start, stop thinking about earthly things. Oh yeah, let's send them over here. Isn't that what we do? We get you to thinking about heavenly things. Oh, beyond even that, man. Really spiritual things beyond the celestial realm. That's junk change, man. Ascended masters, all that stuff, all of that. So, being mystic powers and all these things people want. Even a lot of Christians that want, I want to do miracles and all that. And I want to be like Jesus. See, that's an alloy for here. Alloy, no. No, I just want to kiss the Lord, man. It is so fun. It is so, there's nothing. Do you like to kiss? When you're in the world, isn't that the funnest thing, is to kiss a man or a woman when you're attracted? Come on, man. Can you imagine? You think that's good? When you become attracted to the Lord and want to kiss him, what do you think, Amy? You think that's a good thing? You become attracted to God and want to kiss him? Man, you'll become a nun. None of everything else. You won't have to wear the habitat, or whatever they call that hat, the white hat. The flying nun. You'll be a flying nun. That's what you'll be. Flying on ecstatic love. Lalita Ganga's a flying nun, man. She flies. Ooh.
You take the words out of my mouth, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah, just reading her mind. It's easy to read her mind. And look at Janaki there. Isn't she cute? Everybody pinch her cheek. Do you like this, Janaki? Are we doing good today?
It's what gets you out of bed in the morning. Something has to get you out of bed in the morning. Oh, I got to go exercise, or I got to go you're the only thing that gets me out of bed. I had so many withdrawals yesterday. You didn't come to class. So,
I was ripping my hair out of my head, trying to get this internet going.
But it's all worked out.
Yeah, it's worked out. Yeah, got it going strong. Okay, what else can we what kind of gold can we get out of this mine here? Oh, So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus stayed at Jagannath Puri in the association of his devotees, always merged in ecstatic devotional love. See, the symptom, to win this game here of transcending illusion, if you understand the principle, is you got to see where is the Lord working in this world, and you associate there. So the Lord's working very powerful here because the Lord works on an ecstatic level to deliver people. It's that Holy Spirit that Jesus was talking about. It's very important. Without it, you cannot enter the kingdom of God. You must be born again. That's why you're born by the association and by the word and by the ecstasy of being around devotees who have this spiritual rebirth. Otherwise, you cannot enter the kingdom. You're still mundane. Doesn't matter. You can follow the rules perfectly of religion, and I fast and I've studied the Vedas and I'm going back to the kingdom of God and I chant my 16 dry rounds. I'm going back to there. How can you go? How can you go? You're not of the same feather of those birds. See, you got to be of that feather. You have to be like them. That's why the training is here. That's why they come here. Why do you think they come here? If it wasn't important, they personally come. You notice that Jesus comes, first Moses comes, to get everything going. And then the Jesus comes. He's the closer. He comes here and closes everything. The closer cements the deal with God. They marry you to the Lord. Prabhupada came, Bhakti Siddhanta came, to get things going. And then we're the closers here. We close the deal with God. We marry people to the Lord. This is a forever thing. You transcend the illusion and it's done, finished. That's why a lot of people, they come here, they're at the end of their rope. Why? Because now you learn everything in these verses. You are these verses. You're that person that, the one who comes, the Krishna is the protector. He's the protector of the surrendered. He's the protector of the helpless and the hopeless. Does anybody relate to that? Have any of you been helpless and hopeless there, Amy? What is life about? And you'll never know until the Lord sends the bona fide spiritual master who is an ecstatic devotee, who has real transcendental knowledge. And they don't just withhold it. I don't know. Well, I'm sorry, you're not ready. We're no shows, or we ain't got it. We pretend to be a showers, but we're really no showers. That's illusion. No, they come, they have ecstatic devotion, and they teach the ecstatic path so that people can get real transcendental knowledge and give that to the world. Oh yeah, this is how it's done. You notice everybody here is on that course. Everybody that's really becoming a good teacher has ecstatic devotion, right? And then you listen to them, you get something solid of substance, right? Isn't that the way it is? You notice that? Everything is so real here, it's unbelievable. People can't believe it. The Vaishnavas can't believe it because it's too real for them. It's so real. It's the living book that they don't understand. And they'll never understand it until they follow this process, till they hear. See? Hear means yes, celebration. But you got to hear. Or wherever there are devotees who teach the same principles, because the guru is one, this bhakti is one, this transcendental knowledge is one. The deepest level of it is one. And because if there is somebody out there, they'll know what I'm talking about. If there's some guru there out there, they'll know what I'm talking about, but most don't because they need this. We're probably the only deal in town, as far as I can see. Otherwise, show us some symptoms that you know what is glorious, man. Glorious is this relationship of devotion to Krishna, where you can see somebody intimately relating to God and so showing that path. Oh yeah, they're the path, man. Showing their relationship with God. being an example of that in this world so people can know what is real. Otherwise, nothing's real here. Nothing. It's all a big show of this illusion, dazzling lights of Maya, saying, oh, yeah, this is so real. Yes, money. Well, yeah, it's always the same old money, wealth, mystic powers. All the same garbage of illusion. Oh, yeah, go after money and wealth and, be an important person. Be a king, be president, be Biden, be Trump, be this, be all nothing but false identifications, false IDs. No wonder it's a little hard to come here. People, we dash every illusion in the world. God, I must get in life from this. Where'd Amy go? Get back here. What's that? Go Hari Das on a stick or something?
I'm laughing there. You say, where is he? Come back here.
Yeah. All right. So Sri Chaitanya, the verses are so amazing. Sri Chaitanya, he just shows everything. It's all in the book, man. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, with ecstatic love, you can understand this stuff. Otherwise, you can't. You have nothing really to say, just a bunch of speculation. All these guys, that's why they depend on big titles and all that stuff, because they can't impress people with the real truth. They got to speculate and have props. Ooh, he knows so much. He memorized so many verses. No. We need to hear from those. They know. See, to those who worship the Lord Krishna with loving ecstasy and these symptoms we discuss here every day and show here every day, I give them the real understanding. It's very simple. This stuff is not complicated. It's very clear and very simple when it's explained simply and clearly and logically. Oh, really? That's it? Yeah, just look for somebody. Can you imagine people taking all these Bhakti Shastra degrees and don't know this? Why? Because ecstatic love has not awakened in those verses. Therefore, they don't realize these verses. They don't realize the glories of them. They cannot glorify Krishna. Krishna is these conceptions. Krishna is these verses. They can't glorify the Lord in such a way that pleases the Lord in their heart and awaken the hearts of others. He's dormant. He's bored, man. He's bored of speculating. He's in the hearts of everybody, and he's laying back there and listening to all this bullshit, man, all this speculation, all these false prophets and false acharyas, and they're all speculating. He just stays asleep until a devotee starts speaking the truth, and he says, "Who's yelling at me? Who's waking me up? I was nice, See, Advaita Acharya woke the Lord up, man. The Lord, how did he wake him up? His ecstatic worship, man. He's waving his hands. Wow, ho, Krishna, come down here. He's in ecstasy. Oh, this Advaita woke me up. We're waking him up, don't you see? Isn't following this Advaita woke him up with his ecstatic worship. We're waking him up too. How do you know he's waking up? Well, one by one people are coming, and he's waking up in their hearts. That's the Lord waking up. Otherwise, he's asleep in the hearts of everybody. Where have you heard that realization? I never heard that anywhere. That's a good one, isn't it, Janaki? I like this thing. Not just one thumb up. No, we do two thumbs, man. Yeah, that's this practical, man. The Lord waking up. Yeah, he ain't going to come here for another 4,320,000,000 years. So better wake up in your heart, right? Better that. Otherwise, you got to wait a long time. Well, we're here to wake up that Lord. So you can appreciate these verses in these books written by realized devotees. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus stayed at Jagannath Puri in association of his devotees, always merged in ecstatic devotional love. The next year, as usual, all the devotees from Bengal went to Jagannath Puri, and as in previous years, there was a meeting between Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the devotees. Along with the devotees from Bengal came a gentleman named Kalidas. He never uttered anything but the holy name of Krishna. Kalidas was a very advanced devotee, yet he was simple and liberal. He would chant the holy name while performing all his ordinary dealings. When he used to throw dice in jest, he would chant the Hare Krishna while throwing the dice. See, this is spontaneous love of God. It's like that. It's just the person, Kalidas, he had love for God, love for Krishna. He chanted the holy name in ecstasy, and he was simple. See, because of that, he was simple and liberal. He could, let me go associate with these gamblers, man. Give them some mercy. What is it? All these Raganuga verses are there for those devotees, these spontaneous devotees. They're so powerful. They go in bars if they want. They can go anywhere. Why not, man? What do the Shastras say? One 10,000th of a second association with a real devotee, with real devotion, with real bhakti is more valuable than anything. Real devotee. So why not? Kalidas goes amongst gamblers and throws the dice in jest. It doesn't mean anything. He's just playing the game. Hare Krishna, boom. And these guys get some benefit. A lot of people say, well, why are you doing it this way? This is called neophyte. We're here to teach postgraduate. See, postgraduate is not, like a devotee comes in, as they say, why aren't you chanting the Hare Krishna mantra? Oh, there is attainment of something value. You can attain something that way. Attain something what? I'm not here to attain. I just want pleasure. I just want the pleasure of chanting, man. I have nothing to try to attain. I'm not in this attain. See, that's Vaidhi, man. That's trying to retain Krishna. No, I want to pleasure Krishna. That's my pleasure, is pleasuring Krishna. He's in my heart. He's woken up. He showed me what he likes. He showed me what I must do. Otherwise, I'll be a dried up branch with no life in me. Like some of those who leave here. They come and they leave and they become dry like prunes. They need this water. So they become a plum and not a prune. You want to become a plum or you want to be a prune? Your choice. See? Isn't that what Jesus said? Those who depart from me. What did he depart from? You depart. See, he's Guru Dev, man. You depart from Guru. You depart from Guru. You depart from real devotees when they're here. If you depart from a Guru while they're here, you've departed from the devotees you're reading about. You don't understand them, because why wouldn't you want to be with living devotees who are alive on this planet? You know how rare it is? Especially they might be usually hiding. But here, when real devotees are here with real bhakti and you don't hang out with them, you'll be a prune, guaranteed. You don't understand the value of real devotees. That's why you need to come and listen again. Really listen and associate, and you'll begin to understand, because Krishna comes here and teaches us every day. Right, Lalita? Right, Janaki? Right, Tom? Right, Karuna? Every day we get new lessons and new information, new ever fresh, love and closeness. Why wouldn't you want to come? See, you're guaranteed to be a prune. You don't understand Prabhupada. You don't understand these other devotees if you don't come to sadhusanga. You think they neglected it when you think this is different than when Narottam was here and Srinivas? What? The ecstatic love was there. Ecstatic love is here. Why wouldn't you want to be around those of the caliber like that? Who were ecstatic. What is the difference between ecstasy? What is the difference of the crying of Narottam and the crying of Lalita Ganga? What is the difference? I don't see any difference. It's ecstatic. It's transcendental. It's of the same family. And people leave here and think that this is called illusion. You've been illusioned. I only say this to try to get them back, Maybe they'll listen to some good sense. Maybe they'll see they've been acting like fools. I'm not a fool. Oh, really? Then you're really a fool. So when he used to, Kali Das was an uncle of Raghunath Das throughout his entire life. Even in his old age, he tried to eat the remnants of food left by Vaishnavas. See? He would do it. So anyway, the wonderful story about that. I think I'm going to skip it right now. We'll go back to it another time. But anyway, I would just a little bit about it. He would go and eat the remnants of food of Vaishnavas. See? And so actually the deeper level too, the next level is eating the food. The real food of a Vaishnava is transcendental discussion, is transcendental chanting and relishing the holy name. Isn't that food? I think Lalita was saying, this is my food. See? So you need to eat the remnants of that. That means you got to hear from devotees, associate with them, do some service, see that, get close to them. Okay? Then you're eating the remnants of that food, and that food, those remnants have a different result of just eating mundane food. Eat mundane food, you're just a mundane person. Okay? Eat this food that's here. What do you think I come here? I come here to eat, man. I come because, I slept all night and I got skinny, and it's time to eat. See, this is eating, chanting the holy name, tasting this relish of the name and ecstatic love, awakening. All this is food. See, and those who come and partake of the remnants, they will become also spiritually enlivened like that. You will become like the guru from eating those remnants. You'll come into the inner association of those devotees, those rare devotees. You show me, you don't think this is rare here? You show me how many ecstatic devotees you see amongst even the elite Guru Devs out there. Those big gurus with big followers. How many are ecstatic like you see here with these devotees? That shows you, that's how rare this is, how unique this is. Do you think they have discussions like this? No. They're not, this stuff is too simple for them. Ooh, it's not complicated enough like our complicated ideas. See, they're all ideas lost in the whirlwind of Trinavarta. Ooh, speculation. Ooh, God, look, I'm not attracted to this simple understanding, clear, conclusive, logical. I like to juggle things, juggle those scriptures and get nothing, and not be able to awaken the hearts of anybody. I like this. Oh, really? Well, maybe some of your disciples will get smart. Get smart, man. Find the Kalidasas, the simple and liberal. Oh, this Gohar, he's so too liberal, man. Oh, look at him. He chants Gopi, Gopi, and Radha, Radha. That's not authorized by the Acharyas. It's too liberal, man. You got to conform more to what the Acharya is teaching. No. The Acharyas, we're doing Raganuga and spontaneous principles of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Chaitanya said, no hard and fast rules on chanting, man. That's what happens when you become ecstatic. Whatever name you want, Krishna. And if it makes ecstasy in your heart, Krishna's happy, Prabhupada's happy, the whole parampara's happy, the whole universe, demigods, everybody is perfectly pleased. And if you have any trouble with that, you are neophyte. Stay and do the rules more. Just keep going on those things until you're ready for this deeper truths. Yeah. The power of numbers is only dazzling in the eyes. Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm going to skip here. Let's go to the kissing business. Yeah, I want to read this too. So Lord Chaitanya teaches, therefore, with giving up hatred and hesitation, try to eat the remnants of food of Vaishnavas, for you will be able to achieve the desired goal of life. So a lot of, that's Vaidhi Bhakti. They're teaching a lot of this, get a guru. Hopefully they're realized, but most of the time they're really not. They're rare. A realized devotee, man, it's like a Jesus. It's like saying there's a Jesus here in this world, isn't it? It's the way it is. If you have Jesus had the spirit of devotion, right? Pure spirit of love of God. If there's another person with that here, it's like a Jesus has. It's like you're having Jesus. And how many people have seen like that? And when you associate with a person like that, say this person is like a Jesus. God is actually working through them, just like Jesus was. It's got to be that way. Otherwise, you don't know what is a real guru, man. You're still trying to figure it out, man. Christians are still trying to figure it out. Vaishnavas, what? No, go ahead.
Closest family member of Jesus, the other son of God. That's you. Yeah, that's you.
That's
Otherwise,
any.
you would have received.
That was Prabhupada. That's Bhakti Siddhanta. That's Bhakti Vinod. That's all real associates. And if you're lucky to get a living person in the body, you'll understand what it is. You'll understand Jesus. Because you've got somebody there that's part of the family. Man, you got no ecstatic devotion, in a mature stage. How can you represent these men? You can't, if you represent Krishna as a Vai medium, you're representing the whole parampara. You're representing all ecstatic devotees. You're the head of the demigods. The demigods are saying, hey, man, this person is in this world to preach. The what's beyond what we are teaching in the world, beyond the mode of goodness, even beyond even liberation. This is beyond the Eckhart Tolles and all these guys, the Buddhas and all that stuff. This is the personal form of that unlimited, all these, the best that people can do with what I've seen in this world now is, it's all one, the one love, oneness. Yeah, well, what does that represent? That's just part of the picture. See, that's the one God, man. Do you know that one God that has a face, man? The face of, that's revealed by ecstatic, intimate worship of the Lord. This is special stuff. This is not, what we're teaching here is very rare and very unusual. It's a very great privilege. I mean, I feel like very fortunate. That's why I come here every day. I was also, it's like, oh man, this internet, I busted my butt to get it going, man. All right. Yeah, so the dust of the feet of the devotee, the water that has washed the feet of the devotee, and the remnants of food left by the devotee are three very powerful substances. And on this level is, the dust left by the devotee is there. It's not material dust, like the word is dust from the world, dust. It is dusty. Dust is not good. Dust, you got to dust it, right? This is the words of people who haven't realized God. It's just dust, just accumulation of dust, man. Even devotees who have not realized Krishna, they're not really devotees yet. They're practicing. They're just still accumulating dust. That's why they can go to the holy Dham and maybe get rid of the dust that they're accumulating from their speculations. The Dham takes it and accumulates the dust. But the devotees, who are those rare devotees, man, they dust. They're the dust cloths, man. They go and dust even the Dhams by their ecstatic worship. Living devotees in this world are dusting this world, man. Dusting even the Dham that accumulates all this stuff from those who are non-devotees still, without this ecstatic love. They purify places of pilgrimage. This is what the scriptures teach. We need that. We need to be dusted by the dust. The dust is transcendental. It's just like there's dust in this world. There's transcendental dust in spirit. The devotee doesn't. I don't need to go to Vrindavan. Many devotees here, no, you don't need to go to Vrindavan. You are in Vrindavan. You're in Vrindavan by your worship. If you go to Vrindavan, many times you don't see what you see here. You don't see Lalita Gangas here or Johans chanting the holy name in ecstasy. How many have you seen going there? How many did you see going there? She goes, poor Lalita Ganga goes to Mayapur and heard there's a crying school. All right, I'm going to go and see tears finally in Mayapur. And she goes and they say, yes, this is a crying school without the crying. Oh, we don't do that. It's too confidential. But we're a crying school. Oh.
Swimming school without swimming but swimming pool.
What was it? What did you say?
Swimming school without swimming pool.
A what school?
Swimming school without swimming pool. Without
swimming. Exactly. This is how crazy, they think what's going on in the world is crazy. A lot of crazy stuff being, taught and it's illogical, it's stupid and all that. There's a lot of that going on in Vaishnavism. A lot of crazy things that don't make sense. I'm Gurudev. Yeah, well, where's your ecstatic devotion if you're Gurudev? Because only those who have ecstatic love of God have real transcendental knowledge, real understanding. See, so I look at this and I think, why are you guys doing crazy things? This is illogical. It's unclear. This is not according to the book. And so they do the same thing in the world and make people miserable. People are miserable in the world because they're doing illogical things that don't make sense. Only devotees who worship the Lord in ecstatic love are the ones who have good logic, clear logic, and clarity and understanding of the essence of truth. Yes or no? Isn't that what I just point out? Bhagavad Gita 10:10. I repeat it 1,000,000 times until people finally get it. Otherwise, they keep acting. No, we'll keep going to teachers and gurus who have no ecstatic love, with no tears and no holy laughter, and we'll think that we're going to get Krishna that way. That is illogical. That is not according to Prabhupada's books. It's by hearing the Bhagavatam, by the action of the Bhagavatam, chapter 1 of Adi Leela, the action of the Bhagavatam and the devotee, Bhagavat. What is their qualification? Absorbed in the mellows of devotion. You can read the verses, man, right there. Chapter 1, verse 98 through 100. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. I only need those two verses to open the door to bhakti. Whoever will listen to those 2 verses over and over again and finally go, duh, oh, now I get it. Let me go to the ecstatic devotees. They're the ones who have real knowledge and real understanding. Oh, let me hear from the action of the book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat absorbed with the mellows of ecstatic love. Ah, that is the door. Opens bhakti to me. Wow, I become a Lalita Ganga and a Johan. In a river, and Janaki and Toms and everybody making good progress. So simple, huh? You see why for 2,000 years the Christians were trying to figure out Guru Tattva and preach it, but they it's not clear. That's why they have tough time now. We're not having tough time here. This is the shelter is here. The word of God is here. Why would anybody be? The word of God is he's in control, man, on all levels, even in doing this demoniac thing now. What did Prahlad do? He preached. What do? We preach. We talk, right? Prahlad was right there in the thick of it. Oh, wow, the great opportunity to preach the truth, man. Convince demons. We also convince anybody, demon, demi, whoever they. A lot of these gurus, I don't know if they're not. I think a lot of them are demons. You think it's if there are a lot of in the Catholic Church, a lot of demons. Can you tell? Well, you get ecstatic love, and the Lord will protect you. The Lord will show you all these things. And until that time, come and hear from a devotee who has ecstatic love, and then come up to speed very quickly. So, see, by rendering service to these 3, see, the dust and the waters wash the feet. Waters wash it is the devotees, man. They wash the feet of the Lord. When they chant the holy name, they're washed. That's the Lord's feet, man. Those feet, man, his name was left here because he walked all over this planet. See? And you're washing those feet when you chant in ecstasy. His pastimes were left here recorded. You're washing his feet, right? See, you drink that water, you come here. How can you drink through the ears, man? You hear the truth. You see the truth. Hey, what is the result? Oh my God, you cannot believe it. It's like it says here. The dust, see, the dust of the devotee dusting you off, man, with the dust, which is the Lord. He's the duster, right? And the water that has washed his feet, the ecstatic love of devotees, and the remnants of food left by the devotee. See, the remnants, man, the devotee. What are we doing here? Chewing. Devotees chewing these, this food, man. And these are remnants. You're listening, you're hearing, right? You're taking these remnants that come from the devotees, tasting this bhakti and eating his food or her food. What's going to be the result of that? Is anybody interested in the result? Oh, what is the result? Very powerful substances. Oh, it's substantial. Did you know Harikatha is substance? Yeah. You think this stuff in the world is substance? No, it's an illusion, man. It's not real substance. It's illusion. It's what do you call mirages, everything. No, real substance is what the devotees, it's them dusting you off. Now that's substantial in your spiritual progress. Oh yeah, that water that comes from their eyes when they're relishing the name in ecstasy. Oh, those revelations. Oh man, that is very powerful substance. The most powerful substance. It liberates souls in this world. Nothing else can. By rendering service to these 3. These service just coming here. Come here, get dusted by this transcendental dust. It doesn't dust you off, man. Yeah, that's service. I consider when I see people coming here. This is serving the Lord, giving me opportunity to dust myself off, pick myself up and dust it after sleeping for 8 hours or 6 hours or whatever, 5 hours, who knows. By rendering service to these three, the supreme goal of ecstatic love of Krishna in all the revealed scriptures is loudly declared again and again. I don't think it's loud enough. The supreme goal is loudly declared again and again. See, the action of the book and the devotee. You need to, loud. Isn't it funny? The scripture say, or is it, well, let me loudly declare. No! If the book says loud, the devotee says loud, right? Loudly declare, make it clear. Put it under magnifying glass. What is the real path, man? That's why you see, you are all following the real path. Why? Because the result of ecstatic love is awakening in you. You must be getting the real dusting off. You must be getting the real water washing the feet of the Lord. It must be according to that verse. What I'm saying is not a bunch of speculation and bullshit, because you're getting what? The result of ecstatic devotional service. I rest my case. Okay, Maya. Go give your case of bullshit and bullshitting millions of devotees. You tell me, you Mayic persons who need non-realized souls. What kind of dust are you giving? Where's the ecstatic love you're producing, even in your own life, much less anybody else? So let's get real. Let's get substantial now. Let's make this a living book. I don't know, just keep it in the book. See, keep the book closed. Everybody's reading the book, but the book is closed. No, we open that book. That living book becomes alive here. What it says there happens here in real life. The real deal. The real marriage with God. That's what I say, Jocelyn. She says, just finished doing stuff, now ready for dinner. That's what I say. I just finished doing all my stuff in the world. Now it's time for dinner. This is my dinner today. Yep, that's right. That's what I say, man. Finished doing all this bullshit stuff in the world that gets me away from this. Now it's time for dinner. This is dinner, man. See, I'll read this again. By rendering service to these three, one attains the supreme goal of ecstatic love of Krishna. This is all in Sadhu Sangha. In all the revealed scriptures, this is loudly declared again and again and again. So when you're doing this dust from the feet and all this and rendering service and eating the food that ate there, like that's beginning. That's okay. You're starting to think. But if that doesn't mature into this, what we just said here, being dusted off in Sadhu Sangha by the word spoken by devotees, the real truth, the real clarity, and that water washed by the water, coming from the devotees who are washing the feet of the Lord. You won't get ecstatic love until you get that opportunity. That opportunity is here, and you guys are the witnesses. The ultimate result is this ecstatic love. The Lord came here to personally preach it. It is our privilege, is my privilege, to personally uphold that truth in this world. Hold it up, man. Let people stand under this knowledge, truth in the book. Make it living in your life, not you read it in the book and you do something else. That's what I see in this world. People reading the Bhagavatam and then doing something else. They're not standing under this knowledge. That, because if you do, in this life, you can have ecstatic devotion. This is how powerful this knowledge is in the hand of a real Vaishnava who is empowered by this ecstatic devotion, which you are becoming also. You stand under this truth. See, then people who stand under it will get the same result that you got. You got to teach like this by example. Be a shower and not a non-shower. A no-show. No show. No show of ecstatic love. No show of the highest truth. No show of this transcendental knowledge that comes from this ecstatic revelation and realization, ecstatic worship. Then no understanding, no real understanding of these scriptures. The followers of Jesus, the ones who just dropped everything and followed, we just said, well, why do you want to come here? He said, well, I don't want to just read the scriptures. I don't understand them. I want them written in my heart. See, that is intelligent. See, he knew if they're written in my heart, see, if the love awakens in my heart, then the real word will be written there. See, that's the book of life. You become the book of life. What comes out of your mouth is the real Bhagavatam, which is God, the real God. See, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. You want to be like that? That's what we're training people to be by following the real process. Very quick result. What comes out of your mouth is God and awakens the Lord in people's heart. Well, you think that verse is bullshit? No, that's supposed to be a realized person. The Lord wants many. This is the pleasure of the kingdom of God, is understanding this, standing under this ecstatic devotion, standing under this knowledge that comes from that. See, that's the kingdom of God. It is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom of God. Didn't Jesus say that? See? It's his pleasure to give you the kingdom of God. Who is the kingdom of God? It's a who, actually. It's him. It's the Lord himself, Radha and Krishna. That's the kingdom of God. You got them. Wherever you go is the kingdom of God. That's why I wanted that Gita, Lilita, whatever you're reading this morning. Yeah, because in there is the truth, man. Vrindavan without Krishna is dark. And then he turns the lights on. Krishna appears. That's why Radha is always saying, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? One is appearance. Where eye twitched and arms are twitching. And it's imminent. This meeting. When she was saying, I said, boy, that's exactly how it is. I could see, I get this twitching thing happens, and I know, it's imminent. And it's a sign. It's so funny. How did Krishnadas Kaviraj know this? Because that was happening to him. See, it's a family affair, man. That's why you like to read Govinda Lilamrita, and any ecstatic devotee does, because it's part of the family. The devotees experience stuff like this in these books. They can relate. They have relationship. Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, batteries went. Okay, just a second. I gotta plug in here. Okay, let's chant the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, Tom, read us something.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's read something. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, or well, is there something we can read about how this Bhava Bhakti is? Yeah, it's all about Bhava Bhakti. I want to, yeah, it will come. Chaitanya Bhagavat. You're muted. Okay. You're still muted.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah, Chaitanya Bhagavat.
Yep. In the beginning of the chapter.
Read Ancha Lila. Ancha Lila chapter. Yeah, Ancha Lila chapter 5. Tell me what the title is.
The pastime of Sri Nityananda.
Yeah.
Okay. I offer my There's a big echo. Thank you. That is a big echo. No, not now anymore. It's okay now. I was just repeating the words. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. There's something in those words, like there's a big echo. But maybe we'll find. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare. Whoa! There's a big echo already coming. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Where was I? Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar. Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Yes, let's make some progress. Well, all of us, let us all make progress. All glory to Sri Gaura Sundar. All glory to Sri Gaura Sundar. The original. The original. Spiritual preceptor of the entire universe. You are the desire tree of all the surrendered devotees. Yes, you are the desire tree of all the surrendered devotees. You are the desire tree of all the surrendered devotees. Wow. Yes, all glory to you, who are the most brilliant gem of the Sannyasa order and the Lord of Vaikuntha. All glory to you, who are the most brilliant gem of the Sannyasa order and the Lord of Vaikuntha. Kindly, oh, this word is so nice. Kindly bless me Kindly bless the living entities. Kindly bless the living entities with your most auspicious and merciful glance. Whoa. Kindly bless the living entities. Yes, all of them. All of them. Kindly bless the living entities with your most auspicious and merciful glance. Oh. All glory to the Supreme Lord, Sri Gaura Chandra. All glory to the Supreme Lord, Sri Gaura Chandra. Wow. All glory to the Supreme Lord, Sri Gaura Chandra. Okay, it says Gauranga. All glory to the Supreme Lord, Sri Gauranga, along with his devotees and intimate associates, who are always victorious. Yes. Along with his devotees and intimate associates, who are always victorious. Sri Gauranga, along with his devotees and intimate associates, who are always victorious. O Lord, you are the most munificent. Kindness personified. Kindness personified. Whoa. O Lord, you are the most munificent. Kindness personified. And an ocean of divine compassion. And an ocean of divine compassion. Whoa. Hari Hari. Please hear attentively the topics narrated about the Lord in this Antyakanda, the concluding portion of this book. The Lord stayed on for another few days in the house of Sri Advaita, and then went to the house of Srivas Pandit in Kumarahata. As the Lord arrived, Srivas Pandit was immersed in deep ecstatic meditation upon Sri Krishna. Therefore, when Sri Gaurasundar, the Lord of Srivas's life, suddenly appeared before Srivas, the object and fruit of his deep and sincere contemplation was then realized. So the Lord stayed for another few days in the house of Sri Advaita and then went to the house of Srivas Pandit in Kumarahata. As the Lord arrived, Srivas Pandit was immersed in deep ecstatic meditation upon Sri Krishna. Therefore, when Sri Gaurasundara, the Lord of Srivas's life, suddenly appeared before Srivas, the object and fruit of his deep and sincere contemplation was then realized. Srivas Pandit threw himself to the ground like a stick, paying his respects to the Lord. He clasped the lotus feet of the Lord to his chest and heaving long and deep sighs of love, he wept profusely. The Lord picked up Srivas Pandit and embraced him. The Lord picked up Srivas Pandit and embraced him, drenching him with his own jubilant tears of divine love. Wow. Drenching him with his own jubilant tears of divine love. Wow. Hari 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 Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Lord, the entire family of Srivas was truly blessed, And raising their arms in gestures of overwhelming joy, they all crowded to see the Lord and began to weep in joy. Oh, Hari Hari. Srivas Pandit was beside himself with happiness. Srivas Pandit was beside himself with happiness. Yes, he was in himself and also beside himself. That are my words. Srivas Pandit was beside himself with happiness. Oh, happiness all over the place. He could not fathom the acceleration he experienced by the personal presence of the Lord, of Vaikuntha, as a guest in his house. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wow. Wow. When will be the next time that Srila Gaura Das will be in my presence?
When I hear these things, it's so like, yeah, that's how it is. It's like an internal thing too. They were lucky they had it externally, but it's like how fortunate you feel when the Lord is a guest in your house. See, this is our house, is our body. And it's like the Lord, even though he lives there, it's like he just drops in occasionally. And it's like, wow, I got the Lord as a guest in my house today. Isn't that? It's not like we're bereft of what was happening 550 years ago. He's doing that now. Same thing. This is the house as our body, and our heart. And so the Lord, when he appears here, it's usually in Sadhu Sangha, he appears where we go in, we call the Lord, we talk about him and stuff, and then he appears as a guest in our house. And it's just wonderful. There's nothing like it. And you just live your whole life for eternity like that. Narada's doing it. We're doing it now. Yeah. Proceed there, Thomas.
Yes. Okay. In his house. Yes. Srivas Pandit threw himself to the ground like a stick, paying his respects to the lords. By the causeless mercy of the Lord, the entire family of Srivas was truly blessed. And raising their arms in gestures of overwhelming joy, they all crowded to see the Lord and began to weep in joy.
See, and even that, it's just everything it's just here too. So Srivas was a real devotee and his whole family got the benefit. And that's the secret here, is you become a family of a family member of a devotee. Just like here. See, people who become part of this family become part of the family of God and are blessed. The Lord set it up like that. That's the idea of guru. You become part of the devotional family, being being connected with a devotee. That's how simple it is. You just say, you become part of the family. You can feel it too when that happens. You get absorbed into the family as a family member. And so you see what the family of Srivas got is the family gets here. The same thing. They're all start weeping and everything like that. Isn't that amazing? I think we got a revival. I think we got a repeat of what was going on. It's amazing. So this is a great place to become a family member. Hey, Sachi?
Yeah, it is. I'm still trying to put pull myself in and stay in.
Yeah, that's okay. It's worth it. Jesus said he didn't say it would be easy. It'd be worth it. Okay, proceed, Tom.
Yes. Shiva's Pandit was beside himself with happiness. He could not fathom the acceleration he experienced by the personal presence of the Lord of Vaikuntha as a guest in his house, placing his best and most exquisite asan upon his head. He brought it to the Lord. I don't know what's an asan. Placing his best and most exquisite asan upon his head, he brought it to the Lord. The lotus-eyed Gauranga then sat down, surrounded.
Asan is a seat.
Okay. Okay, he carried it upon his head. Okay. He brought it to the Lord. The lotus-eyed Gauranga then sat down, surrounded by his dearmost devotees, who then began kirtan. The ladies of the house all ululated, making auspicious sounds of welcome for the Lord. And the house of Srivas Pandit resounded with the highest joy, becoming engulfed in bliss. News of the Lord's arrival.
Even that. See, Srivas brought the best seat in the house. See, the best seat in the house is the heart. See, so he brought the best seat and he sat on that. See, and then, yeah. So all of this stuff is esoteric understanding of happens internally also, and which is actually the most important thing. They were just they were seeing it externally, but also feeling it internally. So that's why it's the same thing is going on here. This makes spirituality a reality in your life. You've got to experience that the Lord is a guest in your house, which is your body, is the temple of the Lord, and he takes the best seat in the house, and that's the heart. See? And that everything proceeds from that. What was the last sentence you read there?
The ladies of the house, it's a long sentence. The ladies of the house all ululated, making auspicious sounds of welcome for the Lord. And the house of, and yeah?
Yeah, go, continue. Sorry, the rest.
And the house of Srivas Pandit resounded with the highest joy, becoming engulfed in bliss.
Yeah, and so that's how it is, man. And it, like the house of Srivas Pandit, the house is the church. The church is not necessarily a building. The church is the gathering of like-minded devotees. See, and then the bliss comes, and the Lord appears in the form of they call the manifestation of the Lord in the presence of devotees in sadhu sangha. So this is why this kind of potency, this kind of scenario, this kind of show in this world purifies the whole universe. There's nothing like it. That's why God came here and showed this thing, this show, this with his devotees, and he's doing it here again. This is purifying. You'll see one by one people come. People become more and more sincere, and they'll find that what we're not lying, we're not bullshitting, we're not exaggerating. Matter of fact, we're not exaggerating enough to manifest. We're not, this is just becoming increasingly clear what's going on here. It's just, it's magnificent, actually. Okay, Tom, go ahead.
Yes. News. News of the Lord's arrival. News of the Lord's arrival spread quickly, and Acharya Purandar came running swiftly to see Sri Gaurasundar. The Lord embraced him with warm affection and reverence, considering him to be his father. The Lord embraced him with warm affection and reverence, considering him to be his father. Wow. In the Lord's embrace, in, in the Lord's embrace, in the Lord's embrace, in the Lord's embrace, in the Lord's embrace. Oh my God. In the Lord's embrace, Acharya Puranda, the most exalted and righteous among men, felt great spiritual energy surge through his body and was overwhelmed with spiritual emotion. He was unable to hold back his tears of
So
extreme
you see,
joy.
again, that's external, but that's an internal experience. Do you see how that works? In our own lives, we're being embraced by the Lord, and these same symptoms come. What is the difference
Wow.
between that happening there 550 years ago and that now? This is what the Lord doesn't want us to be bereft of His association. This is a forever thing. This relationship is very exhilarating and ever fresh and very wonderful. And I'm
Yeah.
so happy to be able to be a part of sharing it with others and seeing them enlivened like this too. This is amazing. I love it, man. It's so fantastic.
Wow. To be able to grasp this quality, it feels so, it surpasses all the other qualities. Oh, Hari. Oh, he was unable to hold back his tears of extreme joy. He was unable to hold back his tears of extreme joy. Yes. Soon, soon other visitors streamed in. Soon other visitors streamed in. Srila Vasudev Datta, followed by Srila Shivananda Sen, and all their family members,
Yeah,
arrived.
you see, isn't that amazing? This is a gathering now. I mean, everything you're saying is so like how it's coming. All the family members streamed in. Why? Because ecstatic love is there, and people know there are people looking for this. People coming into the life, you know, So now that this is manifest here, the family members will stream in and make more family members. People will be inspired. They'll think, when they come, people come and say, I'm just an orphan, man. I want to become part of that family. Can I become part? Yeah, come on. Come into the kingdom of God, man. This is it. Is the association of real devotees, is the kingdom of God. This is it, man. You want this kind of joy? You want this relationship with the Lord who created everything? Could you imagine? People can't imagine it, you know? That's how you come in this door. This has become part of this family. I mean, it's attractive, all attractive. Krishna. Gradually, you'll see people more and more come. They'll start streaming in like this stream here. See the stream?
Oh yes, yes, yes. This is what we really want to happen. Yes, this is it's here. It's described here. It's told here. It's written here that this is what we want to happen. We like this to be manifested, and this is the progress we want. Soon, other visitors streamed in. Yes, Srila Vasudev Datta, followed by Srila Shivananda Sen and all their family members, arrived to see the Lord. Arrived to see the Lord. Yes, to come in that position to see the Lord. They arrived to see the Lord. To arrive at the place where He is visible. Well, they arrived to see the Lord. Well, to have His darshan. They arrived. Yes, they arrived. Yes. Vasudeva Datta was very dear to the most. Vasudeva Datta was very dear to the Lord. A swan-like personality. A swan-like personality by the Lord's grace. He knew all the most esoteric conclusions. He knew all the most esoteric conclusions.
So that's the secret, you know. Is see, Vasudev Dutt was very dear to the Lord, and that's it's both ways. The devotee, the Lord is very dear. The Lord is very dear to the devotee, and and automatically the reciprocation is there, and because of that dearness, there's feeling, you know, there's emotion, there's feeling, there's ecstasy, and all of that. One knows automatically all the esoteric conclusions. This is why Prabhupada taught and the Vedas teach that those who have equal faith in the bona fide spiritual master and God and Krishna, see, they get this result of the purports are automatically revealed in the scriptures. See, by that equal faith, that's your witness, that's your demonstration. Do you notice the ones in our sangha that have the deepest revelation have that deep faith in Guru and Krishna, not just Krishna and not just Guru and Krishna. See, because you know, the Guru leads you to real faith in Krishna. See, this is the thing. People don't know the real Krishna. If you don't have a real Guru, they don't connect you to the real Krishna yet. If they're not really self-realized, they can't do that. And that's the thing. That's why you may say, "Oh, I love my Guru. He's so great. He's so yeah." But they don't connect you to the real Krishna. It's just materially sentimental. It's what I've seen in Vaishnav. Most of this just, "Oh, my Guru Dev, he's so yeah." But they don't know Krishna. He hasn't connected you to the real Krishna. See, false guru in that sense. Those gurus need shiksha, you know, the real shiksha. So that's why Lord Chaitanya taught, yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly the spiritual master. If you can't do that now, because we're doing it, if you can't do that now, you're not the real kind of guru that's available. You know, this is the thing, and if you read the rest of that verse was those verses was the father of his son. The father got devotion from his son, and he said, because of that, he's my guru. Because I got devotion to Krishna, your mercy, Lord Chaitanya's mercy was upon him first. Therefore, we got devotion to Krishna through him. Therefore, he's my guru. He's my spiritual father. See, he fathered me. See, that's being fathered. You know, you have to get the word that awakens bhakti. Yeah. And Lord Chaitanya said, yes, it's correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly spiritual master. This is parampara. This is the real deal. This is beyond all this seminal, oh yeah, my grandfather was a Gauri Das Pandit thing. But they can't awaken bhakti in anybody. They're just a big show in a bottle. You know, they're saying, yeah, the show is in the bottle, but you got to stay on the outside like us and lick the outside. Lick the glass. See, here you get inside. The narrow gate is going inside the bottle through the neck. You know, you go through the neck, right? See, isn't that funny? The neck of the bottle is right here. The word coming from the throat chakra, the vibration. See, you go into the bottle through the neck. Isn't that funny? Krishna, why does he do that? He's like in everything, and he's in every concept and everything when you look properly.
Oh.
Proceed, Tom.
Yes. A swan-like personality by the Lord's grace, he knew all the most esoteric conclusions. He was constantly reflecting on how to properly benefit all living entities. Wow. He was constantly reflecting on how to properly benefit all living entities. Wow. Compassionate to everyone, he was perpetually absorbed in thoughts of Sri Chaitanya, deeply immersed in Sri Chaitanya Premaras.
Yeah, you know, it just is just naturally. You know, when you get this kind of grace, it's like, and you look at the world, and you're like, what can we do here? You know, how can we promote this relationship? Because only the devotee can do it. The devotee knows all these deep esoteric things that without their connecting people, they won't be connected. They will stay in the Maya. It is the responsibility of the devotees who are connected to pay it forward. So they just naturally thinking, well, how can we do this? How can we make it so that people will accept this? You know, and so they're thinking like that, just naturally. Jesus was thinking, Prabhupada was thinking like bhakti, all devotees think. Everybody here that's getting this bhakti is thinking like this, just naturally. The desire of the Lord becomes the desire of the Lord to liberate souls becomes your desire also. You're on the same page with God. Can you imagine? That's why his plan is better than any plan you can ever come up with. Did you want to say something, Lolita? No. So Amy says you feel the ecstatic love for the Lord, and then you see it in other devotees, and it increases your own love tenfold. It's this wonderful collective devotion that brings the Lord here with us like a miraculous hurricane. Wow, boy, she got good realizations, huh? Yeah, she got a lot of mercy. Isn't it nice having this family? His family's growing, Sachi. Remember, he says, when is somebody going to come? She was wondering.
It is nice because when I get out there in the world, I get really caught up and it helps me to detach. Put it that way.
Yeah.
I go out like, oh, and then I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. It helps me to detach.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you get a higher taste. That's the best way to detach. Okay, proceed, Tom.
Yeah, it feels so wonderful that if I can feel this propensity, this urge to clean everything that's in the way that of the faith. Yes, just take the unnecessary things, let them go. All the all that distracts the faith. Make it, yeah, I can feel it, but I don't know words. Okay. He never looked for faults in others, but always praised their good qualities. He never looked for faults in others, but always praised their good qualities. He had great attraction and love for the Supreme Lord and his service. He had great attraction and love for the Supreme Lord and his service. And was always respectful to the Vaishnavas. And was always respectful to the Vaishnavas, rendering humble service to them, rendering humble service to them. Wow. When the Lord saw Sri Vasudev Datta, He was most pleased, and jubilant embraced him, weeping profusely in ecstasy. Sri Vasudev quickly fell to his knees and clasped the Lord's lotus feet, crying out loudly. He cried so piteously that, what to speak of men, even stones would be moved to tears. He cried so piteously that, what to speak of men, even stones would be moved to tears. Sri Vasudev was endowed with such wonderful qualities. Sri Vasudev was endowed with such wonderful qualities that he alone could exemplify himself. Wow, wow. Sri Vasudev was endowed with such wonderful qualities that he alone could exemplify himself. Wow. Wow. The Lord, the Lord loved Sri Vasudev so dearly and said, "It is indeed true that I belong to to Vasudeva. It is indeed true that I belong to Vasudeva." Oh,
And you
repeatedly.
know, and the beautiful thing about that happens if when you start to feel that the Lord, you have confirmation, you have assurance the Lord belongs to you also. Oh, yeah. See, the Lord's teaching that this is how it is. He wants to belong to his devotee. He wants to help people become devotees. And then the Lord feels, hey, I belong to this devotee. He belongs to me. I belong. It's just like, this is, it's like you see in the world. This is my wife, right? This is my husband. Can you imagine you do that with God? The Lord is saying, this is my devotee. And the Lord and the devotee say, yeah, and this is my Lord, man. Lord Gore. You want Lord Gore, you're gotta come through here. He's my Lord. It's true. That's how it works.
Well, this is really what I'm looking for. That are my words. Repeatedly, the Lord said, "My body is the property of Vasudev and his alone." Repeatedly, the Lord said, "My
And
body
what
is
was what is the body of the Lord? The body of the Lord is Satchitananda, is this ecstatic love, man, this transcendental knowledge. See? And the Lord is saying, yeah, only my real devotees have my transcendental body. You want that body, you got to go through them. Otherwise, you're not going to get it, man. I don't care how many lakhs you chant and how many austerities you do and dry rounds you chant. You're not going to get it. You got to go through my devotee, man. My body, my transcendental body belongs to a real, very rare devotee. That's why it works here. You see, because you're getting the body of the Lord. If you that's proof is in the pudding, man. Where's the Satchitananda going in the disciples? Where do you see that? Well, that's only when you're with a real devotee, because the body of the transcendental body of the Lord belongs to them, and they distribute it. Lord Chaitanya said to the devotees who came to see him in Puri, because of your transcendental love for me, I give you my transcendental body, and you can sell it anywhere you want, to distribute it anywhere at any price. Okay? Any price. Price here, from what I ascertain, just keep coming to Sadhu Sangha and develop faith in what we're doing to see how reasonable it is to have faith in here, how logical it is to have faith in here. See how clear it is of this path, that how perfect it is. you know yeah, just develop that kind of faith that's not blind, and then you'll see the result was God will give his body to you too, and then you'll give it to others and you'll set the price. So Amy says, I like that. This is my Lord. Possession is a negative thing in the material world. But when it comes to the Lord, it is encouraged. Absolutely. Because it's spiritual. The world, everything in the world here is a reflection of how it is to be, and ultimately in spirit. Instead of possessing these things that are going to die, that are going to corrupt, that are going to get the dust on it, and that you're going to leave here when you die, this possessing God is forever. You be possessing God and being possessed by the Lord. It's the perfect channel. You want to be a channel, be this kind of channel. Otherwise, you get all these entities in you who speculate. All this stuff is speculation, these entities channeling through people and all this. Start channeling the conclusive truth, man. And then you'll get the highest pleasure beyond all this mental stuff. Highest pleasure is this ecstatic union, kissing God, chanting his name. There's nothing better than that. Right, Lalita? Do you like kissing God? Ooh, yes, she does. He likes her red lipstick too, I think. He only likes to be kissed with red lips. Red with bhakti, passion for him. Go ahead, Tom. Sorry to interrupt so much.
He can sell me anywhere he pleases. He can sell me anywhere he pleases.
Yeah, and that's our program here, to sell the Lord anywhere we please. Anyone who is pleased by our preaching and our association, sold. That's it, man. If you are pleased by this association and pleased by this preaching, even if you're a little displeased sometime and you stick with it, sold. One more Krishna to this highest bidder.
I say truly, by him I willingly allow myself to be sold to anyone. I say truly, by him I willingly allow myself to be sold to anyone.
Isn't that the preaching of Jesus? The same thing. He knew that. The devotees know that. And if you don't go through a real devotee who is empowered like this, you're not going to get this transcendental Lord. It's too hard. You'll not do enough austerities. You don't have the power. Better go get Kripa, get this kind of mercy. That mercy is here in this Sangha. It is demonstratively here. It's not an exaggeration. It's not bullshit. It's not a lie. It's actually here. See it. You don't believe it? Stay 30 days and look at all the amazing things going on. Oh, Amy came up with a good thing. Krishna is a playboy. He does a lot of kissing. Yeah, he does. He's a playboy. And we're playgirls. Playgirls like to play with playboys. Yeah. So Radha Devi says, I went live and suddenly colleagues saw, yeah. So what you need to do is start another page and don't a Facebook page, and don't let them in. Just allow it. This Vaishnavas there. If they're like that, then just you can do that and do your lives. So that's the way to do it.
Two Facebook pages.
Yeah. So anyway, you just don't put them on as friends. That's all. They're not your friends, and just learn how to do this. Learn how to put only new people, and then you put it. Anyway, you can just figure it out, and you just don't let them come and don't put it public, just for your friends, and make new friends. That's all. And then do your lives there. You can put us on, but don't put them on. There's all these nice controls on Facebook. You can really control the situation, Radhe. Okay, so go ahead, Tom.
A moment's association with Sri Vasudev Datta can bless anyone with Sri Krishna's protection from all dangers. A moment's association with Sri Vasudeva Datta can
Yeah,
bless
and
anyone.
again, that's what you see here. People that have come here and take shelter seriously, they get protection. I hear it all the time. Wow, my life is going so good. Wow, everything is working out really nicely. Wow, I can't even come here. Ask Pani. He says, no, I can't even come here all the time because I'm busy with my family and all this, but I feel Krishna's protection. Hey, man, whatever happened there is happening here. Whatever Vasudev dot, you're getting the same thing here, man. I mean, that's the reports I'm getting. I'm just talking about experiences. Shows me, makes me like, oh yeah, Krishna's really doing it here, man. It's a revival of what was done. The mercy that was distributed so profusely 550 years ago is revived again now. That's why this message is intense, man. It's like, immediate. Okay, go ahead there, Tom.
O Vaishnava devotees, please hear me. O Vaishnava devotees, please hear me. I say truly that Sri Vasudeva owns me completely. I say truly that Sri Vasudeva owns me completely.
Yeah, and you see, when he was saying this to Vasudeva, there are devotees there. They could relish this. You know why? Because they were that kind of devotee also. So the Lord would single people out and glorify them. But the devotees there knew. He said, yeah, this is how it is. This is so wonderful. This is the great mercy the Lord gives in this relationship. This possession, this protection, this ability to make the world really happy with this bhakti. See, it's like, so the Lord would single people out. And if you had that kind of mercy, you would know, oh, wow, this is really wonderful. He is so fortunate, and I am so fortunate too.
Whoever is just touched by the breeze over his body will be always protected by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Whoever is just touched by the breeze over his body will be always protected by the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The devotees became jubilant, hearing the Lord shower such causeless mercy on Sri Vasudeva, and loudly chanted the holy name. Sri Gaura Sundara is extremely adept in glorifying his devotees to illustrate their glories. Sri Gaura Sundara is extremely adept in glorifying his devotees to illustrate their glories. Similarly, the devotees are always eulogizing the transcendental qualities of the Lord. The transcendental qualities of the Lord, yes. The transcendental qualities of the Lord. Similarly, the devotees are always eulogizing the transcendental qualities of the Lord. The Lord stayed. Yes, the Lord stayed for some time in Srivas Pandit's house, performing exhilarating pastimes. Srivas Pandit and his brother Ramai Pandit were always engaged in singing the glories of the Lord. And the Lord, feeling spiritually animated by their singing, danced in ecstasy. And the Lord, feeling spiritually animated by their singing, danced in ecstasy. Oh. So is it that when someone oh yes, I have no words. I just continue reading. Both the brothers, Shiva's Pandit, both the brothers, Shiva's Pandit and Ramai Pandit, are very beloved of the Lord. Both the brothers, Shiva's Pandit and Ramai Pandit, are very beloved of the Lord. In fact, they are like two expanded bodies of the Lord. In fact, they are like two expanded bodies of the Lord.
Yeah, so this is how the Lord's teaching the truth about bhakti, the devotees, how important they are, and how the Lord works through them. They're the Lord's workers in this world. Otherwise, you don't see where the Lord is working. The Lord is working in the modes of nature through many persons and teachers, but it's still in the modes. You don't see the way the Lord is really working behind the scenes, in his transcendental work. See, which is the most important, is to deliver people out of illusion. So, people, teachers are trying to, they're working in the modes, helping people make some advancement according to their level of consciousness and what they can understand. But the transcendental work of the Lord is what Lord Chaitanya came to teach us. The Bhagavatam teaches, to liberate souls from the material modes of nature forever. See, this is very confidential work. Preddy says this Sadhu Sangha is a special protection program of the Lord. So no Sadhu Sangha, immediately you're under Maya's protection, who kicks you around in your whims. Yeah, this is like the witness protection program. When you you become a witness, automatically the Lord puts you in a kind of a consciousness where the Maya cannot find you anymore. It's like you're hidden. Like here, they have a witness protection program. When you're squealing on, truthfully, on somebody, they put you somewhere where people can't find you. Well, the Lord does that too, with his spiritual potency. He protects you. And Maya can't touch you. She can't touch you and take you down, because you're in the witness protection program. You're a witness for the truth now. See? And so you go on witnessing and Maya can't find you. But as soon as you stop witnessing, especially those who are, they still need help. You'll find that Maya comes around the door, and starts knocking and says, "Oh, is so-and-so live here?" See, so as you stay a witness, and all will be well. You'll be hidden from Maya.
Yeah, I feel Maya. He or she hasn't. She has no claws to grasp this. Maya has no claws to grasp this. So.
So, and so to be a witness here, a lot of times when you get strong, then you can stand up and really witness. But just by witnessing, just by witnessing this Sadhu Sangha, just by seeing it, seeing the devotees who are standing up and witnessing, just from that you get protection. So you got to be a witness of what's going on here. That's by hearing. All your troubles and miseries will go bye-bye. See? And so you got to witness the witnesses. That's part of the development, and then you become an increasingly purified and stronger, and become a witness also. So.
Sri Gaurasunda is extremely adept in glorifying his devotees to illustrate their glories. Similarly, devotees are always utilizing the transcendental qualities of the Lord.
See, so you see the competition? The Lord is glorifying the devotees, and the devotees are glorifying the Lord's qualities. But they also glorify, they also glorify the devotees' qualities, because they're important. You got to understand them both. Hey, read what Amy's saying there.
The transformation that coming here and being a part of this amazing group has created in my life is unbelievable. The transformation that's coming here and being a part of this amazing group has created in my life is unbelievable. I can't say it enough. The mercy given to me by finding this place astounds me every day. All day, the Lord, through you and the devotees, has given me new eyes and kissed my soul. No, I don't.
Are you feeling it, Tom?
Oh yes. Oh yes, I can feel her. And
It's like reading verses. Better, actually. It's a live wire.
this transcendental, these transcendental qualities, they pierce to everything. They are so they cannot be stopped by anything, not by mania, not by anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you see, this is the Raganuga path. Raganuga Bhakti means you see devotees that are, just loving on God in such a beautiful, unique way, and you're attracted, and you think, boy, this is so great, man. I want to worship like this. I love worshiping like this. I feel so enlivened. See, and very easily Krishna gives you spontaneous devotion. See, so anyway, this is inspiring for everybody. The Lord, these devotees, they've been coming, who knows how many lifetimes they've been working, and now they find the fulfillment of their heart's desire. This is what they've been looking for. This makes sense to the world. Nothing else really makes sense. People think it does, but it's only in their minds. So read this here, Tom.
I felt so horrible this morning, but I come here and do my best, and my heart soars in spite of my false ego.
Yeah, I mean, this is the process. You got Richard, just come regularly in sadhu sangha, and your troubles will be taken away. And all these false IDs, false identifications will go by the wayside. This is the easiest process, the most practical process for spiritual self-realization. You washed up on the shore, the highest process of devotional service. All the Vaidhi Bhaktas out there in ISKCON and all of these sanghas who don't have the association of a spontaneous devotee engaged to preach Raganuga Bhakti to the point of bringing people very quickly through the purification so that they can taste this nectar. And let me tell you, there are very few people I've ever seen. I haven't seen anybody really qualified to bring people really through the purification that's necessary. So now is the time for that in Vaishnavism. Otherwise, it's very hard to find such a situation. The world makes no sense anymore to true guru. Yeah, I tell you, yeah, the world. This is like I was talking to Amy about this morning, yesterday, and she said, yeah, the world didn't make any sense to me anymore. And that's when Krishna comes. And then you realize, the world makes sense in God. When you're really in the spiritual potency, that's the true Lord. Then the world makes sense in the Lord. Otherwise, people are trying to make sense out of the world in the Maya. And maybe for a time they think, oh yeah, this is all making sense. This is all making sense. And then they come to like a blind alley. And they after a while, it's like, wow, I thought it made sense, but it really doesn't. And then they go to another teacher or teaching in the modes. and they go in that for a while or however long it takes, and then they got to go to another path, you know. But this is, everything makes complete, everything is perfect in, so for us, God is Krishna, Lord Chaitanya. This manifestation is actually the greatest and the deepest and the most amazing manifestation of the Lord being offered to us, Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. Okay, so everything in that Lord makes more sense than anything you'll find anywhere in this world or in this universe or in any of the universes. That's why it's an eternal thing. Now, and I'll tell you, when you live a life that doesn't make sense and you realize nothing really makes sense, then you get this, and then you really appreciate, like Amy and others. It's like, wow, this is what I've been looking for. See, so a lot of times the Lord holds out the best for last. So you finally, then you get really serious, you know. So that's not everybody's path. You, however you wash up onto this shore of, is wonderful, you know. Like if you got here, however you got here, just keep listening, keep trying, you know, listening and purifying and deepening your understanding. So read this here.
Demons of depression have been trying to overwhelm me since I started coming here. But you can feel them falling away right now.
Yeah. And there, you know, sometimes you may feel depression, and that's part of the process. It's, you know, it just, you just, you know, basically that's a lot of times, if you're going through depression here, it's a separation. And then when you come back to the Lord, you come back to sadhu sangha, and you go through whatever purification you go through, and then it lifts, and it'll lift more and more. Otherwise, in the world, this depression doesn't go. I mean, people are taking pills, they're going to psychiatrists, and the stuff hangs with them. This you may experience for a while, but then gone, more and more. And then you just live in God forever, blissfully, ecstatically, you know, just like the Lord lives. You become, you know, like two peas in a pod. You know? Okay, go ahead, read this.
I come not too often. I come when it suits me. That is my false ego. I can come more often, but to be honest, I refuse, and that is my big loss. But all things change, and maybe I will change.
Yeah. Oh, that's how you do it. You just keep coming here, and then your bullshit doesn't stop. You know, you're not stopped by your bullshit or bullshitting yourselves or these ideas. So the more you come, the more you'll see, the more you hear, the more you get purified. It's a process. Who is okay? So read this.
Yeah, she really wants to progress. Yes,
It's good.
they poisoned me.
Who is they?
Doctors.
Doctors poison? How did they poison him?
Medicines.
Oh, medicines. Warp me with their drugs. Yeah. Well, you know, this Maya is severe. You know, she's always trying. It's like, you know, it's like Maya's always trying to kill the bhakti and kill the devotion. I mean, that's what she does. She, you know, and so that's why you need sadhu sangha, you know, and then you'll become healed more and more. Good. That's good. He's not afraid. That's good. Keep coming, man. Everything will be well.
Continue reading.
Yeah.
Srivas Pandit always pleased the Lord in many ways by performing kirtan, discussing the Srimad Bhagavatam, and by maintaining proper standards of Vaishnava etiquette. Surely in the house of Srivat Pandit, the Lord performed some of his most wonderful pastimes. One day, the Lord called Srivas Pandit aside and asked him confidentially about some family matters. One day, the Lord called Srivas Pandit aside and asked him confidentially about some family matters. The Lord said, I see you never go anywhere. How will you manage to make ends meet in the family? And how are you doing so presently? Srivas Pandit replied, My lord, I have not the heart to go out anywhere. My lord, I have not the heart to go out anywhere. The Lord gently prodded the subject further, asking, You have a large family to maintain. You have a large family to maintain. How then will you look after them? Srivas Pandit said, Certainly, whatever is my destiny will come as provisions. Certainly, whatever is my destiny will come as provisions. Each person receives his due. Each person receives his due. He will surely find whatever providence provides. He will surely find whatever providence provides. We shall manage with whatever comes our way. We shall manage with whatever comes our way. Hearing this, the Lord said, with this mentality, Srivas, take sannyas. Then, with this mentality, Srivas, take sannyas. Srivas replied, That is not possible for me. The Lord said, On one hand, you refuse to beg alms as a sannyas, and on the other hand, you do not make an effort for your livelihood or even collect food door to door. How do you plan to maintain your family? I am unable to understand you. Nowadays, if one does not make the effort of going hither and thither, then nothing will come of its own. Under the circumstances, please tell me what you propose to do. Srivas Pandit said, clapping his hands thrice. Here is my explanation. 1, 2, 3. The Lord insisted. Kindly clarify why you have clapped thrice. What does 1, 2, 3 imply? Srivas Pandit replied calmly. I have taken a solemn vow that if after fasting for 3 days, if after fasting for 3 days I do not get a morsel of food by its own accord, then I will surely tie a stone around my neck and throw myself in the Ganga to drown. As soon as the Lord heard these words, he roared like thunder and said, What did you say, Srivas Pandit? You may fast due to lack of food? By some rare chance, even Lakshmi Devi may have to go begging. But your family, but your family will, but your family, I cannot read anymore.
Keep reading. Keep reading. Keep reading.
But your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. But your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. Srivas Pandit, have you already forgotten what I have said in the Bhagavad Gita 9:22? Those who worship me with devotion, meditating upon my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack and preserve what they have. Those devotees who are fixed in undeviating meditation upon me have never to beg at the doorstep of anyone. All the mystic potencies automatically manifest in them. All the mystic potencies automatically manifest in them. All the mystic potencies automatically manifest in them. Even when the personified four Vedic goals of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha come knocking at their doors, my servitors turn down such offers. My devotees are fully protected. My devotees are fully protected by my Sudarshana disc at all times, and even at the time of the total annihilation of this material universe. They remain completely transcendental and unaffected. Oh. The Lord continued. The Lord continued. Even one who simply remembers my devotee, even one who simply remembers my devotee, I take I take this responsibility for maintaining him. I take the responsibility for maintaining him. Surely the servitor of my servitor is most dear to me. Surely the servitor of my servitor is most dear to me. And he certainly attains my shelter. And he certainly attains my shelter. My servitors need not have any concern about their maintenance, since I take their responsibilities on my shoulders. I will personally provide. I will personally provide. So, Shivas Pandit, you just remain happily in your house, and every requirement will automatically come to you. I am also blessing you and Sri Advaita with the boon With the boon that your transcendental bodies will never be affected by old age and debility. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Lord then called for Ramai Pandit and told him, "Listen, Ramai Pandit, I instruct you to always serve your elder brother as if he were the Supreme Lord. Now also, know also that you are as dear to me as my very life. So I want you never to deviate from this service to Shivras Pandit." Both Shivras Pandit and Ramai Pandit were overwhelmed with divine bliss. The blessed Lord had filled their hearts with indescribable joy. Oh my God. By the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya, even today, the pastime of everything arriving at the doorstep of Sri Vas Pandit is still occurring. By the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya, even today, the pastime of everything arriving at the doorstep of Sri Vas Pandit is still occurring. The characteristics and qualities of Srila Srivas Pandit are impossible to enumerate. Just by remembering him, the three worlds become purified. Just by remembering him, the three worlds become purified. Oh, just by remembering him, the three worlds become purified. Srila Srivas Pandit. Srila Srivas Pandit. Truly, while the Lord stayed in his home, Srivas Thakur served Sri Gaurasundara in every possible way to the Lord's fullest satisfaction. Bathed in the affection of Srivas Pandit's family members, the Lord even extended his sojourn for a few days more on the request of his dearmost servitor. The presence of the Lord transported the entire household upon continuous waves of acceleration.
See, the Lord is showing through Srivas a very important principle. It's just everything comes to the Lord like that. It's just, the Lord is so attractive and so powerful that liberation comes to, serve him, economic development, religiosity, everything is like his energies, his potencies comes to serve the Lord. And the beautiful thing is the devotees who take shelter of the Lord like that and develop transcendental emotion and feeling, the same thing you read about with Srivas happens to you. I mean, it's my life. My life's been like that for years, man. Everything just comes to the door. I don't really do much. Ask Sachi. I'm a lazy guy. I don't, I don't want to take sannyas. Don't want to take sannyas. Don't want to. I just want to just do my thing, man. I just want to sit here, travel in the motorhome, go here and there, and everything comes nicely. This is what the Lord wants to give everybody. Go ahead. What?
Yes, you are very lazy, and you had people telling you, "Go get a job. Go get a job."
My own brother did. Remember, my brother was telling me, "Get a job, man."
But actually, what I'm seeing in my life is that is also happening for me. That I'm gradually, as I get out of my head about, what I should be doing in this world, it makes room for what really I feel in my heart and what makes me feel the happiest.
Yeah.
And so I'm following along. So whatever you do, we have the opportunity to get that too, if we keep following you along the path.
Yeah, and the thing is, it happens spontaneously. It's not a thing that you can just imitate or do. It'll happen just naturally. The more you get attracted to Krishna and the more ecstasy that awakens, the more purification, then what is true for the Lord becomes true for the devotee. That's the main teaching. And with Srivas was such an intimate devotee, ecstatic devotee, that the qualities that the Lord has manifest in the life of a devotee. The Lord wants everybody to become like that, but you just got to go through the purification, and it'll happen when it happens. But once you get this association, everything's speeded up quite a bit. Quite a bit.
Maybe.
Huh? Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe it's taking some time, but that doesn't mean that's how it is for everybody else.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
That's just my way.
Yeah.
Maybe it is speeded up compared to how it could have been.
Oh yeah. Well, it could take many, many lifetimes, millions. What's one lifetime or two compared to millions? That's why, Prabhupada, when he was teaching Vaidhi Bhakti, he knew it would ultimately, very quickly, actually lead to the association of ecstatic devotees. Even if it takes, like, a lot of the Prabhupada devotees, Vaishnavas, won't take advantage of what we're doing yet. But soon, in one lifetime or another, it's everything speeded up from that. So the Acharyas knew that. That's why, they, those devotees that are connected with Prabhupada and believe in, and even though they don't believe in what we're doing, many of them, maybe most of them, still someday they will, whether it's this life or another life. They're on the road. It's better. Well, anyway, whenever you wash up, however you wash up here, it's great. So yeah, it's kind of like that. I like what Radha did. You read this, Sachi. What did he say?
I have to get my magnifying glass out. Every morning when I wake up, I hear Johan screaming and crying. That's me when I wake up at Gorhari's screaming. Then I pass my home and I hear Lalita screaming and crying. When I finish my work, I hear Gorhari screaming and crying. This is my this is my everyday life. Thanks to my husband. Keep on screaming and crying, and one day I'll understand all of your devotion. Thanks.
Yeah.
That was good.
It just takes time to, got to hear a lot of screaming and crying, Screaming, crying. Yeah, that's what real Yeah, it's a lot of roaring, screaming, crying, laughing, all that. It's purifying the universe. Read that.
Yeah, Amy says, yes, I believe you are doing very crucial work, and we get the incredible benefit from it.
Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, we need a lot more screaming and crying in this world. Everybody goes around accepting, accepting and, and it's all being tucked inside, repressed.
Yeah. It's time for a change.
In fact, I was at the Krishna church the other night with just the locals, a smaller group, and I was told don't play your tambourine like that. Play it like this, and I'm like, what? I'm like, you're telling me how to play the instrument? And
Control.
I said, golly, I like slammed the tambourine and jumped up and said, I'm out of here. And but later I went back and said, we go to the park and everybody plays their instruments any old way they want to, and it seems to all just work out fine. Mm-hmm. And I was told, well, that's Mayavadi. But no, it's not Mayavadi. It's like the difference between Vaidhi and Raganuga. Just be what really inspires you.
That's it, Sachi. Spontaneous.
Yeah, I don't
let them control you.
Yeah, I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, it's a mode of goodness thing.
But I was able to talk it out enough to kind of like mostly pacify the situation, so there doesn't have to be a big army buildup or anything,
Are you guys there?
Sorry? We hear you, yeah. We heard you.
I think he froze.
Yeah.
Yeah, are we back?
We hear you, but your picture is frozen, I think.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Looks like the battery is down. Maybe it's that. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, just keep talking. I'll just. Is it working okay now?
Yeah.
We still hear you. You're frozen.
Yeah, my eyes are not working anymore. I need new glasses.
Your picture is frozen, but we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So, you want to, Lalita? Do you want to read some?
Yeah, if you want a Guru Maharaj, yeah.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. Go ahead and read something.
What should I read? The rest of this, or continue, or?
Yeah. Continue.
Okay. Bhaktatam. Do you remember? I remember the page, but okay. Maybe I'll read from on the top. Is that okay?
Yeah. I want to say something for Richard and anybody else too. There might be the struggle here is just from our karma and our conditioning.
Yeah.
And you just stick with it. The struggle will get less and less and less. Otherwise, you'll just be struggling out there. Better to struggle here. The struggle is trying to take you away just naturally because of our conditioning and karma. There's aversion to this transcendental realm. Just stick it out. Just stick it out, and the struggle will get less and less. And after a while, you'll just love it here, man. You'll say, wow, this is like taking a bath, in a nice warm hot springs. It's like that. And so it'll get less. So just realize that that's part of it. It's just our old stuff. That's all.
Yeah. And it's not always the fault of the other one. That's a message that I want to give as well. It's not always him and her and him and her. No. It's you.
Oh, yeah. And actually, the him and her is helping you out there to realize, to get purified. It's like, like when some devotee was saying, some devotee, they don't, they're just, this world is screwed up and so whenever you're in that, that's purification, getting purified. Because the devotee is neutral, and they just stay in the spiritual potency, and then you see things as it is. It's not like it's against you, or people are against, or it's just actually they're helping you. They're helping us get purified. Everything helps us now. Yeah. So hang in there, everybody. If you're struggling, all that, don't worry. It'll get easier. And when the struggle is more and more easy, and this is for your eternal benefit. And then after a while, why struggle? You just literally from your heart surrender to the spiritual potency, and without obstruction. There's no obstructions that keep you from that. And so anyway, we're in that process. Just more and more surrender, and it turns to nectar. All our sufferings turn to bliss and nectar here. More and more. It's worth it, but I'm struggling. It's gold not to be alone. Yeah, exactly. It's good not to be alone. Yeah, exactly. So just stay close, and don't let Maya illusion take you away. She's always tricky, especially when you've listened to those voices for so many lifetimes. They're just like ghosts now. You see. So Richard is never a strong. Yeah, it's still a struggle. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead there, Lily.
Okay. All glories to my Guru Maharaj, Bhaktivedanta Paramahamsa Srila Gora Haridas Maharaj Acharya. All glories to you.
That's a mouthful.
Oh my goodness. Oh, glories to you for bringing me to this planet of bliss. Oh, glories to Srila Prabhupada. Oh, glories to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati. To Jagannath Babaji. To Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Oh, glories. Oh, glories to Lord Nityananda. Oh, glories to Lord Chaitanya. Oh, glories. Oh, glories to Srimati Radharani. And oh, glories to Krishna. Oh, glories to Krishna. As soon as the Lord heard these words, he roared. He roared like thunder. And he said, "What did you say, Srivasa Pandita? You may fast due to a lack of food. By some rare chance, even Lakshmi Devi has many to go begging, but your family will undoubtedly never experience poverty. Srivasa Pandita, have you already forgotten what I have said in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 22? Those who worship me, meditating upon me, and meditating upon my transcendental form, to them I carry what they lack, and I preserve what I have. Those devotees who are fixed in undeviating meditation upon me, they have never to beg at the doorstep of anyone. All the mystic potencies automatically manifest in them. Even when the personified fourth Vedic goals of Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha come knocking at their doors, my servitors turn down such offers. My devotees are fully my devotees are fully protected by my Sudarshana disc at all times, and even at the time of the total annihilation of this material universe. They remain completely transcendental and unaffected. The Lord continued, even one who simply remembers my devotee I take the responsibility for maintaining him. Surely the servitor of my servitor is most dear to me, and he certainly attains my shelter. My servitors need not have any concern about their maintenance. Since I take their responsibilities on my shoulders. I will personally provide. So Srivasa Pandita, you just remain happily in your house, and every requirement will automatically come to you. I'm also blessing you, Sri Advaita. With the boon that your transcendental bodies will never be affected by old age and debility. The Lord then called for Rabbi Pandita, and he told him, listen, Rabbi Pandita, I instruct you to always serve your elder brother as if he were the Supreme Lord. No, also that you are that you are as dear to me as my very life. So I want you never to deviate from this service to Srivasa Pandita. Both Srivasa Pandita and Rabbi Pandita were overwhelmed with divine bliss. The blessed Lord had filled their hearts with indescribable joy. With indescribable joy. By the causeless mercy of Sri Chaitanya, even today, the pastime of everything arriving at the doorstep of Srivasa Pandita is still occurring. The characteristics and qualities of Srivasa Pandita are impossible to enumerate just by remembering the 3 words. Become purified. Truly, while the Lord stayed in his home, Srivasa Thakura served Sri Gaurachudara in every possible way to the Lord for his satisfaction. Bathed in the affection of Srivasa Pandita family members, the Lord even extended his sojourn for a few days more on the request of his dear servitor. The presence of the Lord transported the entire household upon continuous waves of exhilaration. For there, the Lord went to Parihati to visit the house of Sri Raghava Pandita, who was always busy in serving Sri Krishna. When the Lord arrived, Sri Raghava Pandita was overwhelmed to see to see his beloved Lord face to face. And he fell to the ground, offering obeisances, beginning to weep in jubilation. He clasped the Lord's lotus feet, the very same lotus feet that are the source of Lakshmi Devi's constant joy. The Lord also was extremely happy to see his dear devotee, and so, while bathing him in unrestrained tears of joy, he picked him up and he embraced him. Sri Raghava Pandita didn't know what to do. How to see the Lord, such as his effusive bliss. The Lord of Vaikuntha, Sri Chaitanya, was very pleased with the devotion of Sri Raghava Pandita, and he showered his mercy upon him. The Lord said, by coming to Raghava Pandita's house and seeing him, all my gloom has now been dispelled. Coming to his house has resulted in the same purification and satisfaction as bathing in a holy Ganga, and then smiling benignly at Sri Raghava Pandita. The Lord said to him, dear Raghava Pandita, please go immediately and prepare food for Lord Krishna's satisfaction. Raghava Pandita immediately went off swimming in ecstasy to execute the Lord's order. His heart inundated with divine love. He cooked a great, plentiful variety of preparations, just as his heart dictated. The Lord came to eat, accompanied by Nityananda Prabhu and all his associates. The Lord thoroughly relished Sri Raghava Pandita's cooking. And he praised every preparation. The Lord spoke sweetly. Raghava Pandita has cooked everything.
You know,
So sweetly. Yeah.
Rade says she didn't understand what you're reading. I don't know if this helps, but I don't know where she said that. But basically, the main point, there's a lot of wonderful things. The Lord, this is all transcendental truth of esoteric knowledge. When you go and see a devotee, he said, when all my gloom goes away. This is so nice. And that's why we're here every day, because devotion's here. You come and see the devotees and your gloom goes away. Depression can go away. See? And if this takes the gloom away from people in the world. It's a gloomy existence. And the same thing, gloom for devotees. If you go away for too long or you get away from this, you'll see it becomes gloomy. And then you just come back into association with devotees and you feel refreshed. So, yeah. So anyway, I don't know if that helps, but go for it.
Maybe what helps as well is that I also don't understand what I'm reading most of the time.
Yeah, it just says Krishna and she gets ecstatic. That's all.
Yeah. This book, how those sentences here are fixed, and this book it's a more difficult English for me. So yeah, I recognize words, I recognize names, and I recognize some words, and that brings me in bliss. Sometimes I have a sentence that I understand, but this evening Balaram will ask, what did Tom read and what did you read? Don't ask me that. I don't know. I don't know. You can ask me. It's every day the same situation. Every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
did it help? Did it help when I explained a few things?
Yeah, of course. And when I do my own videos, look at them. Yeah. It's on my language, Guru Maharaj. It's a very difficult book. This one.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there's a lot of good points in there. Actually, so anyway, we discussed most of those things anyway. So the bottom line is with that pastime, the Lord says, my intimate devotees, they just find their happiness in meditating upon me with great bliss and ecstasy and everything. This is the greatest pleasure for me, the Lord's thinking, is to be close to my devotee, him thinking about me. And because of that, they get everything. They all boons, everything that people have to work really hard for in this world comes automatically more and more for his devotees who meditate on him with great ecstatic bliss. When you come to that point, and it's natural. So he's saying Srivas is like that, but any devotee is like that. And that's what the Lord has come to very easily give that state of consciousness. Otherwise, you work by the sweat of your brow in this world. Everything's hard. Everything's a discipline. Even trying to be in goodness, and is discipline, very hard work. And so the Lord gives you the result of all these things that people are striving for in the world. automatically. He wants, this is the amazing thing, is this is what you get from sadhu sangha. This is what you get from the devotees, because people are struggling to becoming economically developed in this world, and it takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, sense gratification. Oh man, to enjoy, they got to work really hard. And then religious, to be a religious person, look what these guys do to be religious. And it's the Lord wants to show, like here, Gohari Das doesn't even wear a dhoti, no tilak and everything. And those who get to know what he's doing here, look, they give him big titles and everything. Hey, not even the Acharya Dave gets titles like this. You notice he worked really hard for that PhD and studying all the books and there. I don't even study. All I do is meditate on the sentence or the word in great ecstasy. And all of a sudden the titles are coming. Bhaktivedanta. You heard Lalita had a mouthful today. Bhaktivedanta Paramahamsa, blah, 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 blah. See, religiosity. People, start to look at you as a very religious person, simply because of this mercy of Lord Chaitanya, this ecstatic devotion. And everybody, you just, if you come here seriously and you start to really see, really want what's going on here, and you see what's going on, understand what's going on here, and stand under this knowledge and this association, very shortly you're going to become like that. Everything that he said to Srivas is going to be in your life. You want that, or you want to work your butt off in this world without such a relationship of intimate, transcendental intimacy? Anyway, it's available now. We're stocking the shelves with ecstatic devotion and conclusive truth. So, it's on sale now. Very, very inexpensive. You get 2 for 1 sale. Freddie says, coming here every day and listening 3 or 4 hours can be hard too, especially when you are in transition and purging. Yeah, there's some of that. Amy Amy says, Lalita Ganga, you inspire me in so many ways, but one of those ways is your determination and success in learning English. You speak it wonderfully.
Without school, all alone.
Yeah, it's amazing, actually. She didn't speak any English when we met.
Not one word. No.
Yeah, not one word. Amazing.
I didn't understand what you were saying. And it's actually not me, it's the vibrations of the Lord that are spectacular, because you don't have to understand. And even Jan, who you see here, Jan Buggenhout, he's hard, almost deaf. He hears just a little bit, but he doesn't understand. He's ecstatic as well.
Yeah, look at him, man.
By the vibrations of Krishna. By the mercy of Guruji. Yeah. Oh, glories.
Yeah. All right, continue on.
Okay. Especially never before have I ever tasted such a delectable preparation of sak, spinach. Raghava Pandita already knew that the Lord was very fond of sak. So he had made it a point to prepare sak in many delicious ways. The Lord finished his food. He washed up and he came back to sit down. Meanwhile, the word had spread that the Lord was staying in the house of Srila Raghava Pandita. Sri Gadadhara Dasa heard the news and he came hastily to meet the Lord. Sri Gadadhara Dasa epitomized pure devotion to the Lord, and he was more near and dear to the Lord. See, I understand. Pure devotion and more dear and near to the Lord. And that's enough. That's enough. The Lord was extremely pleased. to see Gadadhara Dasa, and out of great love for him, he put his lotus feet upon his head. Sri Purandara Pandita and Sri Lapara Brahmameshvara Dada, a highly acknowledged scholar, also came rushing to see the Lord. Parameshvara Das was so surrendered to the Lord that reciprocated and personally manifested himself in his body. Both these saintly devotees were in great ecstasy. In great ecstasy to see the Lord. And they cried tears of divine love. Srila Raghunatha Vaidya, that very exalted Vaishnava, whose good qualities are endless, also came to meet the Lord. In this way, an endless stream of devotees, they came to see the Lord. Panihati village experienced an extraordinary spiritual event by the advent and stay there of the Lord. By his personal presence, the Lord inundated the whole village with divine ecstasy. Once, the Lord called Srila Raghava Pandita aside and he spoke to him alone. He said, Raghava, I want to reveal to you.
Yeah, before you get to that, yeah. So when the Lord is personally present and people are immersed in divine ecstasy, that's how you know. Again, that's an internal thing. When the Lord is really personally present in sadhu sangha, then real ecstasy begins to manifest. See, and this is the only way. That's the only way to know where God is actually working in this world, is where you see the ecstasy, because that's Him. See, that's Him. That's where you see the real devotee. If that's not present in a sangha of devotees, then the Lord isn't really close. They're more distant. Okay? And this is what I found in many sanghas. The Lord is more distant, and it's so hard for people to get this because they don't know how He shows up. But it's really clear, in the books. When the Lord shows up in here, there's those symptoms described by the book Bhagavat. That's why we can preach now this to convince people. Otherwise, they think, "Oh, that's not real; it's crazy." But they can't put this down because we're saying, "Hey, man, the Lord is really present in our sangha." We don't believe it. Yeah, well, the book, here it is. You see, it describes that when the Lord is really present in the sangha, there's ecstatic devotion, and these are his symptoms: the tears, the crying, the holy laughter. This is a symptomize of God being with those devotees, living with them, and that's where you're going to get them, and nowhere else. See, so and then we say, yeah, and the proof are also the witnesses. You see, the witnesses from coming here and believing that and understanding that, standing under that knowledge, they're also many of them becoming ecstatic. They're going through the purging and the cleansing, and then that's manifesting more and more in their lives. This is how you know. There's no other way to know. This is Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. See, the Shastra glorifies that truth of where he is working in this world. Because if you can figure that out, in which real devotees are there, then you found the door that leads into Vrindavan, the kingdom of God, the Garden of Eden, whatever you want to call it. Okay? So, yeah, and these pastimes are all explaining these things over and over again. If you have eyes to see, and most people don't, therefore you got to get your eyes open by hearing from the devotees who realize these things because of ecstatic worship. Okay, and that's how you know. How do you know a person is a bona fide spiritual master? Well, if you listen to them and you listen to others, I mean, you really listen. You got to learn, discover that by hearing. If you hear enough from them, you'll see what they say and what they experience, is very, very right on, is very, very according to Prabhupada's books and the Goswami books. And the actual experience goes in alignment with that. That's the line, being in line. Everything has to be in line with the book, in line with the devotees, the sadhus, in line with the guru. And when you get in that line, oh man, it's powerful. Your whole life has changed forever.
Yeah.
If not, you haven't found it. You got to find where God is actually working in this world. And he's working where his real devotees are manifesting in this world. Not hiding. Okay, he's working, but kind of hiding some stuff. It's kind of like, there's Vrindavan, right? And then there's Mathura or Vaikunta. And the Lord is there. He's in both places, but he's a bit hiding in Vaikunta, hiding his glories. Well, if that's going on in a liberated realm, what do you think is happening here? The Lord is working through all the modes of nature. See? But he's not fully expressing himself until Vrindavan is manifest. The Lord is manifesting Vrindavan. So he does it personally here or through his devotees. And then we get that revelation. Otherwise, it's not available. That's why it wasn't enough just to have the revelation of Vrindavan in a book. And then it's just still a picture, right? Isn't it? Oh, here's a picture of Krishna and Vrindavan. A lot of pictures on Facebook. Oh, picture, picture, picture. See? But it's not really the picture of what's really going on. You got to see a devotee that is the picture of Vrindavan in this world. See, they petict, was that the word petict? Something like that. But anyway, petict that consciousness in Vrindavan here. Then we got Vrindavan. Oh, ecstatic love was in Vrindavan in the book. Yeah. Well, it's here now. See, it's living devotees. It's in their bodies, in their temples. So it's all coming down to that. Yeah. Otherwise, you won't know what is reality, the highest reality. You have to see it manifest in this world. You cannot preach Vrindavan without being in Vrindavan consciousness. Yeah. That's why it's never worked. That's why they're just, oh yeah, many lifetimes. Well, you got to really be there. You have to have the symptoms of being in Vrindavan consciousness. Otherwise, you're either there and you're not preaching it, you're preaching something else, and people get something else because you're preaching something else. Whatever your word is, the Lord says, oh, well, the word of my devotee. Oh, build temples, Vaidhi Bhakti. Well, there you go. Let's start. Okay? The result of this world is the spirit of devotion, Raganuga Bhakti, spontaneous devotion.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Hey, maybe that's enough now because I need to go and start driving, and everybody can think about all this that we meditated on today. Especially you, Radhe. Think about all these things. Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna, everybody, and I'll see you a little bit.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.